Hi, Grizzlies. Hello and welcome. This is a random live stream. I realize now that you will not be able to hear this, so hold on 1 second. I'm going to take this off, make myself bigger, and then I will do this. Hey, Amy. Who blocked who on Facebook? What?
And again, an allegation without evidence. This is you're taking Nicole Schmidt, Gabby's mom, for her word.
Hello, everyone.
I'm sure that there is electronic evidence that could be presented in a court in front of a jury. And I'm sure that that electronic evidence exists in some form. But what Nicole Schmidt, Gabby's mom, is alleging is that when she was desperately trying to just find her daughter, that
Yes, finally.
Brian Laundrie's mother, Roberta Laundrie, blocked her to the point where you couldn't text, you couldn't call, and also blocked her on Facebook.
Whoa.
That's point number 24. Point number 25. On September 14, 2021, with full knowledge that Gabrielle Petito had been murdered by their son, Christopher Laundrie, and Roberta Laundrie, through their lawyer, issued the following statement. Quote, unquote, "It is our understanding that a search has been organized for Ms. Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming on behalf of the Laundrie family. It is our hope that the search for Ms. Petito is successful and that Ms. Petito is reunited with her family." There's several other statements that I'll continue to read here. There's another statement.
I want to talk to you guys, but I'm also
we'll
like,
make
what?
this all available to you on WFLA.com because there's several pages of this.
Let's do this. I'm just going to mute JB for a second. Hello, welcome to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. I mean, this is not what I planned for today, but I'm still going to go live later with you guys, okay? But this is like news that we have all wanted for the longest time. Gabby Petito's family has filed a lawsuit against the Laundries. Yes! Oh my word, we need a trailer, everyone. So thank you so much, Amy, for being here, for all the mods who can be here. Kathleen, oh my word, I know this was a bit last minute. So I know, again, it feels like a bit nostalgic, right, to just put WFLA on. Hey, JB, it feels like, whoa, we're back here. But this is really great news, and a lot more information has come out. Just to recap, the Petitos have filed a lawsuit against the Laundries. They say that on or about August 28th, that Brian already had told his parents what had allegedly happened. Wow, August 28th. And then Roberta went and blocked Gabby's mom on Facebook. They wouldn't answer calls. They lawyered up. So they knew. We knew that they knew. But now we know that they knew that they knew. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay. Literally clapped right when you did it. Okay, let's play it.
He was in Mexico. The conspiracy theories were a train that had clearly left the tracks at that point because anybody that matched that description was being photographed on a cell phone. It was a blurry image of somebody that appeared to match Brian Laundrie's description. And we tried to stay rooted in reality throughout that entire process and try to tell you that there was nothing that suggested that that person was Brian Laundrie other than the fact that
Yes, August 28th, Saleo. August 28th, Brian already told his parents. Okay, I'm just going to put JB for a second. Hold on. On August 28th already, according to this lawsuit, this document, Brian Laundrie had already told his parents what had happened. Now, remember, so that means speculatively, yes. Wow, he already told them on August 28th. That's actually quite scary because he was hitchhiking around on the 29th, right? Ooh, so, oh man. And then he was sending messages between his phone and Gabby's phone to try to simulate that she was still alive. So that's also, of course, now confirmed and come out. Saleo, you say directly after he did it. I don't know. I mean, if he already told his parents kind of what happened on August 28th. Remember, they went for lunch, Gabby and Brian, on August 27th to that Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. And so if they went for lunch there and there was already some tension, even though now the restaurant says, nope, there was no tension. Sorry, my voice is a bit, hope you can hear me. My voice is a bit funny today. I'm going to go back to JB in a second. But if they went for lunch on August 27th at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant, and then on August 28th, he's already telling his parents what happened. That really narrows down the timeline. I really still believe it was kind of in the night, August 27th in the evening or on the 28th, early morning hours, that he did this. Of course, we know that Gabby died by manual strangulation. Trigger warning, this content is for adults only, okay? But also, when the parents found out, as well as blunt force trauma, oh man, no wonder they've been so quiet. They've been actually very quiet and sort of seeming, like behind the scenes, like we're all wondering what's going to happen. This is what happened. They filed a lawsuit against the Laundries now, like, yes. So I'm sure they've got all their ducks in a row. The Laundries lawyered up so quick. Now the lawyer's got all the stuff ready. And here we go. Yeah, finally some accountability for the Laundries. Okay, let's put JB back on for a second.
Stephen Bertolino has sent this in, and you have to excuse me, everybody, because I'm going to have to send this to the newsroom.
Bertolino.
So
Bertolino, of course he's going to pipe up.
WFLA has it. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Heather. Yeah.
What?
And a lot of times, all this happens via text message. So that's just happening in the last several moments. I'll read it again.
Yes, read it again.
Just one more time.
We don't know which court.
As I've maintained over the last several months, the Laundries have not publicly commented at my direction, which is their right under the law. Assuming everything the Petitos allege in their lawsuit is true, which we deny, the lawsuit does not change the fact that the Laundries had no obligation to speak to law enforcement or any third party, including the Petito family. This fundamental legal principle renders the Petitos' claims to be baseless under the law.
What?
That is the comment. And let's make this clear again. He is saying that assuming everything that the Petitos are alleging is true, which we deny, the lawsuit does not change the fact that the Laundries had no obligation to speak to law enforcement, and that the Petitos' claims are baseless under the law. I'm itching to get to some of the hashtag HeyJB comments here because I want to just kind of feature some of your comments and start to have a little bit of an interactive back and forth here with you as soon as I can, start to load up comments. In fact, let's get that going here in just a few minutes because I'm almost through the entirety, really, of the lawsuit. So sorry, that is a response from...
There we go. Okay, I'm going to take him off again. Okay, so welcome to everyone who has joined over here to Grizzly True Crime, where we covered the Petito case at length. Like, whoa, this is a moment that we've all been waiting for, even though now Bertolino's saying, the Bertolino's got some nerve, huh? He's like, their claims are baseless. I mean, this is really not the time to pipe up. No, obviously he has to. He's the Laundries lawyer, but like, man, my goodness. What was for dinner? Okay, there's more important things to talk about right now. So what I'm going to do is just read you this quickly. So Gabby Petito's family filed a lawsuit against the parents of Brian Laundrie this week, accusing the Laundrie family of knowing that their son murdered 22-year-old Petito and claiming that they were planning to help him leave the country. See, we were all onto them. We knew it. We knew, claiming that they were planning to help him leave the country. Yes. Petito's father, Joseph Petito, and mother, Nicole Schmidt, filed the civil lawsuit. So there we go, Caroline. Civil lawsuit against Chris and Roberta Laundrie on Thursday, March 10th, according to court documents obtained by WFLA. That's why we're watching this, Hey JB. The new documents contain several bombshell allegations that were not previously mentioned by the FBI, the lead investigating agency on the Petito and Laundrie case. According to the documents, it's believed that Petito died on August 27th. See, they're putting it on August 27th. This is like, whoa. They went for lunch, and sometime then, something happened at that campsite. Petito died on August 27th at the hands of Laundrie. The FBI said last month that Laundrie claimed responsibility for Petito's death in a written journal entry that was found with his remains in Sarasota County late last year. Retired FBI agent wonders about Brian Laundrie's bothersome final decision. While a coroner determined that Petito's cause of death was homicide by manual strangulation, the civil lawsuit claims that she also suffered blunt force injuries to the head and neck. That is just... In the new lawsuit, Petito's parents allege that Laundrie told his parents what happened on or about, it's in inverted commas, August 28th. So they must have some kind of digital evidence of this, right? It is believed and therefore averred that Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito, the lawsuit states. On the same date, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie spoke with attorney Steve Bertolino and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. Ooh, man. Oh, I think the parents are going to be charged, right? Now, do you guys remember that they went to that camping store already on September 25th, around then, from what I remember, based on someone who worked at the store. Imagine if they actually went on the 27th. That'll be even more scary. But apparently they went to buy camping equipment already on the 25th. I still don't know what on earth Brian Laundrie was doing at home between the 17th and the 23rd. Still so many gaps in the timeline. But at least there's some things being added to the timeline now that we know. I hope you guys are with me for the timeline. I just store it all up here. Huh? I can just pick on this file and we can kick off right where we left off. So, whoa. The fact that they spoke with attorney Steve Bertolino and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. And remember, I think it was on September 1st that their check bounced at this camping store and then they had to go and get actual cash to pay the camping store. But meanwhile, they were also probably racking up some cash here for the attorney. And I wonder if that's also if Brian tried to gather some money using Gabby's accounts to also add to this retainer. I wonder. Okay. The lawsuit says that Laundrie sent text messages back and forth between his phone and Petitos after her death in an effort to hide the fact that she was deceased. To me, that makes me nauseous. That's sickening. Like you're going to murder your... I know you guys, a lot of you hate it when I say fiance. They refer to each other, even in the Moab body cam footage, as my fiance. Okay, but let's just say ex-fiance, ex-boyfriend. The point is you murder your girlfriend and then you pretend through phone messages that she's still alive and use her bank card. That's probably also why you used her bank cards to like pretend that she's still alive. You know, we've covered a lot of cases on this channel, and as you know, the one thing that can really hit a nerve for me is when killers want to throw their victim completely under the bus afterwards. We've seen this so much, and the same here. Brian would be like, "Oh yeah, no, he probably made up like she's gone off on her own. She broke up with me and said I can take the van, and she's gone off with I don't know one of her friends, or she wants some time out, or she's met some other people, or she met another man. You never know what he made up. You know, except to his parents, he actually said what happened. Wow, I just mean in those text messages. Those parents are evil just like him. Well, it seems like it." Yeah, Caroline. Oh man, I'm just like, whoa, exactly. Like Joel guy using his dead dad's finger to activate his phone bank app. Whoa. Would the lovely Petito family file lawsuit without evidence? Nope. No, they would not. Oh no. They've been very, it sounds weird to say discipline, but you know what I mean? Self-control. That's a good word. Very self-controlled. They've handled their grief tremendously well. I mean, maybe they're going to need a lot of time to grieve because maybe they've still been just like really angry. I would be too. But they've really, man, practiced so much kindness, so much self-control. And to think that now they're like, here we go. They prepared themselves. Yes. All right, so to recap, the lawsuit says that Laundrie sent text messages back and forth between his phone and Petito's phone, so Gabby's phone, after her death, in an effort to hide the fact that she was deceased. The suit also specifically mentions a text Laundrie allegedly sent to Schmidt on August 27th that referred to Petito's grandfather by his first name, Stan. Remember that one? I think it was a slip-up of his. I mean, I also like to speculate what could it mean, like what could it possibly be, and it could be many things. Sometimes I feel like, what if we give him too much credit, you know what I mean? What if he's not so calculated? I don't know. Sometimes I think he could be, sometimes I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, but maybe he's just really like, oh, can you help Stan? I just keep getting his calls and voicemails, which is interesting because it might mean that Gabby tried to reach out to her family sometime during the day then, whether it was her mom and dad and grandfather and just everyone, and then maybe the grandfather was like, what, and called. The Laundries lawyer should be charged. I agree. And you know what he'll pull then? Oh no, I'm from New York. I'm not even from Florida right now. I can't be charged because I'm in New York. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay. So one more time, the suit specifically mentions a text Laundrie allegedly sent to Schmidt on August 27th that referred to Petito's grandfather by his first name, Stan. Petito's mother had previously said that the final text message raised red flags to her because Petito never called her grandfather by his first name. The suit claims that Laundrie then sent an additional text from Petito's phone on August 30th to Schmidt, which we know about, saying that there was no service in Yosemite Park in an effort to deceive her into believing that her daughter was still alive. The suit then lays out some of what happened in the days after Petito's death before an official missing person alert went out. The Petito family says that there was no contact between the two families after Brian Laundrie returned home to Northport alone, driving Petito's van on September 1st. It also mentions the vacation. Oh my word, the camping. They knew, and they took him camping. So that whole thing, even Cassie, she's been very quiet, huh? I think they all knew. When I giggle like this now, it's not because it's not funny. I'm like angry. It's a rage-filled giggle. It also mentions, yes, the vacation that the Laundries took to Fort DeSoto Park while Gabrielle Petito's family was suffering. So inappropriate. Once the official search for Petito was underway, before her remains were found, the lawsuit says that the Laundrie family refused to respond to questions from law enforcement and Petito's family. The suit claims that Roberta Laundrie blocked Schmidt's phone number. By the way, I'm reading from my phone here, that's why I'm looking down. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I have a VPN on, because WFLA, believe me or not, I can't read those articles without a VPN. If I put my VPN on, the stream will be really affected and really slow. So I have the VPN on my phone and I'm reading it to you like that, okay? It's called Dutch problems. I live in the Netherlands. Whew, okay. Hey, I like it. I can see on WFLA people are saying the exact same things. Hey, JB, they should be charged. Okay, so I'm monitoring that while I'm reading this to you. Okay, so let's just go over this one. Back it up a second. Once the official search for Petito was underway, before her remains were found, and her remains were found quickly, thanks to Red, White, and Bethune sharing the video of like, hey, we saw her van. Wow. The lawsuit says the Laundrie family refused to respond to questions from law enforcement and Petito's family. The suit claims that Roberta Laundrie blocked Schmidt's phone number and blocked her on Facebook around the time Petito was reported missing. Blocked. Who does that? Who does that? They have zero. Roberta Laundrie and Chris Laundrie, for all you people out there that say we must feel sorry for them because they also lost a son. Should we feel sorry for Ted Bundy's mother when he was, you know what I mean? It's like he was a murderer. He murdered Gabby Petito and took responsibility for it. I wish they would just say it in the words that it actually was. He murdered Gabby Petito. Oh, my word. Okay. Now, people have said, shame. We should feel sorry for them. Why? They blocked the Petito's phone number from mother to mother. Roberta blocked Gabby Petito's mother's phone number and Facebook account. A mother in distress, just wanting to find her daughter. Just wanting to find out why. Where's my daughter? Why am I getting these weird text messages? And then, of course, find out, oh, my word, Gabby's van, the van is at your home? And you knew this all along? I mean, well, if I was the Petito family, I'm getting goosebumps. I would be so, so angry. Mrs. Grizzly True Crime, is it possible that the real Brian is alive? I don't think so. But, you know, with these people, you just never know. But I don't think so. I think Brian Laundrie went to Carlton Reserve he actually crossed over to the Big Slough Preserve and then sat there, hid out there a bit with his camping gear. He had a tent, he had a flare, he had some kind of silver ring, he had the belt, he had the pants, he had the flip-flops. See why visual learning is a good thing? I can see it all right before me. Remember, if you watch the slides that I made for you, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and then he had a gun with him, possibly initially for protection. We don't know. Because he went out there on the 13th of September. They reported Gabby missing on the 11th. He went out on around the 13th. And then her remains were found on the 19th. I think at that point, I really think that he believed they'll never find her remains. But because of Red, White, and Bethune and their video, that combined with Whoa, this case, I don't think Brian probably thought, "Oh, no one will even notice that she's gone." When people underestimate the power of one, social media, of course, but two, also the person that the victim is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Chris Watts thought that the case would go that big or that viral. I definitely don't think Brian Laundrie thought so. He probably thought, oh, it's fine, I'll get away with this. That's why they probably went camping. Oh my word. According to the documents, Petito's parents also believe the Laundrie's parents were planning to help their son leave the country, and I can't really disagree. What do you think? While Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt were desperately searching for information concerning their daughter, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie were keeping the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie secret, and it's believed were making arrangements for him to leave the country. In the lawsuit, Petito and Schmidt accused the Laundrie family of acting with malice of great indifference to the rights of the Petito family. Hello, Lieutenant Peter Pronzo. I hope you guys will still join me for the stream that I planned for later. Everyone here, wow, when this news broke, I'm like, what? Sorry I'm late, yeah. No worries about the language there. They knew about it and both should go to jail. I do not believe he's dead. His parents knows where he's at. I do not feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them. You remember, I'm a big old empath, and when I don't feel any empathy for someone, to me that's like, there's a red flag there, because I'm like, why? But I've just never had empathy on the Laundries. I just didn't, and well, now it seems like, oh, now I can see why. Like, can you imagine Roberta Laundrie blocking Gabby's mother, blocking her cell phone number so she can no longer call her, and blocking her on Facebook? Who does that? Like, seriously, who does that? Oh my word. Wow. Christopher and Roberta Laundrie exhibited extreme and outrageous conduct. Couldn't have said it better myself. Extreme and outrageous conduct, which constitutes behavior under the circumstances which goes beyond all possible bounds of decency and is regarded as shocking, atrocious, and utterly intolerable as in a civilized community, the lawsuit says. Couldn't agree more. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. My guess, Brian Laundrie figured Gabby would get written off as a lone woman who got savaged by a stranger after her protector was driven away by her sad failure to recognize his worth. Right? I agree. Okay. Sorry that I'm cutting myself off here. Like, there we go. Let's sit here. No need to have empathy for the narcissist and his narcissistic family. I agree as well. Okay. Let me just, I just want to, I'm sorry if everything looks slightly messy at the moment. I just hopped on here. I am monitoring WFLA as well, but at the moment, I just want to get through what's here, what I'm reading here to you. You know, they just go over things as well. It's so hard hashing this over again. I know, right? But wow, this will be part of justice for Gabby, because that's what we all felt is like, you know, the way that like Brian took responsibility in his journal, that just didn't feel like justice at all. This, yeah, this is the fight from Gabby's parents that we really wanted to see, just because we all feel that anger. We all are like, whoa, like we'll fight with them, right? We got their back. Did Cassie know? I'm going to assume she knew, because one, she's been extremely quiet since, of course, it's been revealed that Brian Laundrie was found, well, his remains were found, so found deceased, but his remains were found. She was very, very quiet after that, which is her right. But I wonder, I think she knew, because they had s'mores around the campfire. They went camping, Fort DeSoto. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. See why. They must have talked about Gabby when camping. How could they not? I never understood this. Right? I mean, they're like, no, the kids were around. It was the kids that were around. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, justice for Gabby and her parents. Did they get evidence from FBI info? I mean, they must have. They were there for like 8 hours, weren't they? So necessary, of course. This is something big, and hopefully this will go forward and come to a conclusion that may shine light onto the truth of it. I know, right? That is exactly what we want. I feel like, I don't know that Cassie knew. I mean, we could just speculate. I mean, we speculated all along that Roberta and Chris knew. We had always speculated that, right, Grizzlies? And now it comes out, well, the Laundries, not the Laundries, the Petitos feel so too, that they knew. According to this lawsuit, the Laundries knew that Brian had told them on or about August 28th, the day after, because the lawsuit also says that they believe Gabby was murdered on August 27th, which would have been after the lunch, sometime after the lunch at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. Yeah, exactly. You don't ask about your son's fiance. I mean, Cassie was saying that they were so close. Her kids were so close to Auntie Gabby. They're always going to be Auntie Gabby. I mean, she said she had very like distancing language about Gabby. Like, she was a lot of fun. Yeah, she was nice until she spoke about the kids, of course. But I mean, to me, I'm just like, you're not going to ask about where's Gabby, Brian? Like, what's happening? And I'm going to assume. Remember when we looked at those photos of Brian Laundrie at Fort DeSoto, whether they are actually real photos or not? I'm now very concerned that they're not, that they could have been taken prior. However, if they are the real ones and you really do enhance it and do all sorts of things, you could see some bruises on his upper thigh, like on his quads, and a little bit on his hands and arms. So maybe, I just think if he really did something, as they say, blunt force, I'm so sorry for it being graphic, blunt force trauma to Gabby Petito's head and neck, he wouldn't have been completely scratchless. I don't think so. That was a fight. So his family would have seen him with possible defense wounds, possibly. I don't think he would have come back just like in one piece, if you know what I mean. I also think Brian's dad had something to do with Brian's death, if he's dead. Oh my word. Okay. Let me just, I'll do a poll in a moment. Let me just quickly do this one last, and then we'll go over it again. Okay. Petito and Schmidt are seeking damages of at least $100,000, according to the documents filed this week, stating that they suffered pain and mental anguish as a result of the willfulness and maliciousness of the Laundries. When asked by WFLA about the lawsuit, the Laundries attorney said no comment. See, he's appropriate. He says no comment. Oh no, sorry. I thought that was the Petito one. I'm like, he is appropriate though. Stafford, isn't it? He is very appropriate a lawyer. Here they say the Laundries attorney said no comment. Oh, but he's sure piped up now. JB just read it now in a second ago. Okay, let me quickly launch a poll. Welcome to Grizzly True Crime, established June 2021. And now let's get back to the video. You can't hear me. I was mute. Okay. I'm trying to get everything set up here. Hold on one second. Here we go. Something's happening here. Something is happening. What? JB, what are you doing? I can't hear anything. There we go. Just tuning in. Okay, I can go over it again. I just think JB, is he saying anything?
Here, let's make sure it's there.
Oh, okay.
My case closed.
Okay. Something's happening here. I'll take it off for now. We'll see what goes on just now. What is he doing? Like zooming into him. Okay, now I'm on. Yeah, that was a close shave. JB is waiting for something. I can see something is brewing. Thank you for everyone who has just joined. No, JB, we cannot hear you. Hold on. I wonder if they know that they're live right now like that. Okay. If you've just joined, then welcome. I know this is not my normal, like, put together self, but I'm just like, what? I'm as freaked out as you guys. You know the drill. We've done this many times before, that it's just like, wait, what? They're just filming JB in his studio? He has a lot more than 3 screens, okay? Brian Enton is coming back. Wow. I'm wondering what date Roberta blocked Gabby's mom on Facebook. I believe they said, didn't they say it? Could have been around September 1st or 2nd. Not? Maybe they didn't say. Maybe that's just something I read elsewhere. This affects JB due to his reporting and now knowing the family. Okay. I don't know what JB's doing. Let me just take him away from here quickly. JB, what are you doing? Okay, thank you for being here. I see there's lots of people here right now. So Gabby Petito's family has filed a lawsuit against the Laundries, claiming that they knew all along because Brian had allegedly told them on August 28th what had happened, that he had murdered Gabby. Wow. WFLA is having a little funny glitch going on. JB's voice is so missed, right? Okay, so if we go over what we just went over, because there's some new people here. Do you want me to go over it again? Did you all get it the first time? Can we do it again? Gabby Petito's family filed a lawsuit against the parents of Brian Laundrie this week. So that was on March 10th. I mean, today's the 11th, yesterday. Accusing the Laundrie family of knowing that their son murdered 22-year-old Petito and claiming they were planning to help him leave the country, which is something we absolutely suspected, right? I just quickly want to... I'm not loving this background. I'm sorry for being fussy. Just not loving it, okay? Just hold on. We like the lightning. Yes. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, WFLA says they'll be right back. Now, the thing that was shocking to me, the 3 things that I really learned was, 1, well, there's quite a few, but let's just go over these. 1, Brian Laundrie apparently told his parents on August 28th what had happened. That's scary, because he still then messaged Gabby's phone between his phone and her phone. Then he messaged Gabby's mother claiming to, can you help Stan, calling the grandfather by the first name. That was shocking. So August 28th, he told his parents what may have happened. But then to also learn that the Laundrie parents, Chris and Roberta, hired the lawyer on September 2nd, Bertolino, and got him a retainer. We know they already lawyered up the minute he got home. That was already shocking to us, but it's kind of a confirmation of why we were all so shocked. I mean, kind of along the way, we were like, what? Were we too harsh? Like, what happened? No. They literally lawyered up in that day. And then the third thing that shocked me is knowing that Roberta Laundrie blocked Gabby Petito's mother, who was just trying to find information about her daughter, especially after learning that her van was at the laundry home. Roberta's response to that was to block Gabby's mother on Facebook and on her phone. I find that very, very shocking. I mean, Brian's been ruled out as a suspect, but it's just so bizarre. It's so... bizarre to think that Brian Laundrie arrives in Moab and within the space of 2 weeks, 3 women end up dead. It's just still so bizarre to me, but he has, according to the police, been ruled out as a suspect in the murders of Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner Beck. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Shocking and cruel. I mean, they make me sick. Me too. You see, this is the thing. We should never ever... You got to trust your gut instinct. We knew in a way, and then, you know, people are like, how dare you say anything bad about the Laundries? Like, they are suffering too. Like, remember when Cassie was also saying, we're suffering too. Now imagine if it comes out that she actually knew after the camping trip. Oh my word. Which was what, the 7th and 8th at Fort DeSoto? If she knew, and then she came barging out of her house and said, when they said the Petitos are suffering, the protesters, right? And they said, we're suffering too. Can you imagine how inappropriate that would be now? If they knew. Wow. I did watch that interview again recently. Cassie's one with her husband standing there. And I must say, to me, I watch the husband more than Cassie because he's just like, what? Like every time there's a pressing question like, so do you think he's still alive? And he's just like, yeah, I hope so. You know, or like, you remember when she said like, oh, he usually comes home when he what? Tell us. But I mean, whew. Okay, I've got high energy right now. My word. I'm just gotta come down a notch because I'm so shocked because you know what annoys me is when you know, but then people along the way try to make you feel bad, you know, like don't say that and you can't say that about the parents and you can't, but you can. I mean, look what they did. And this is why the Petitos are now filing a lawsuit, which is fantastic. I think it's a road to justice for Gabby, which we stand behind them for this, absolutely. But we all had a bad feeling, huh? We all had a bad feeling because their behavior was just so off. I mean, no emotion, stoic as ever, literally little statues walking around, going to get gas, going to the grocery store. I mean, before that, going camping, going on a walk, mowing the lawn. There was no reaction. And now we kind of, little bit, maybe, I'm not saying, I mean, we still don't know. We don't know that they're guilty. It's just interesting. I don't believe that the Petitos would just suddenly file a lawsuit if they had no evidence to support what they're filing. They obviously spent a lot of time with the FBI. We saw that when they went there for 8 hours. That is a long time to spend with the FBI, going over everything, getting the closure that they wanted from evidence-based closure. And now they've taken that and they're like, okay. And now they file a lawsuit, which is great, I think. We have the Petitos back 100%, exactly. I'm glad they filed a lawsuit and maybe they can find some answers. Okay, what on earth is he saying here? Do you guys want me to put JB on? I mean, right now he's just rehashing what's going on. Sometimes in the past, obviously, when this case was going on, it was like, there was some days when I made 8 videos on one day, like every day. Like it was just like this news. It was crazy. I mean, and here we are. This feels more like justice for Gabby. Can you imagine if the Laundries actually get charged, except they're not getting criminally charged, right? The Petitos are filing a lawsuit against them for $100,000. I think it's a monetary gain more than them going to jail, right? So, but that will still at least be a form of justice for Gabby. Or do you disagree? JB's a bit long-winded. We want you instead. Tough Gemini. We miss JB. Yes to JB. Okay, mixed opinions. Yeah, I can't put another poll up right now. I was trying to say the only suffering I noticed was because of the people that were standing out there, staring at them, saying things to them, and putting a memorial for Gabby, so they were faced with it every day. That's true. But that suffering, I felt like was more like frustration, like an inconvenience. You know what I mean? I never felt their suffering. I felt them shut down emotionally, even though I don't know how emotional they may have been before. We don't know. Maybe they're just non-emotional people. But they seem quite shut down, very like subdued, and then a little frustrated, you know, with the protesters outside their house. I don't know if I didn't see suffering. You know, the only time I saw any sign of suffering was when they were out there at the reserve, even though they found the dry bag. Wow, and walked out with it. Okay, okay. Just grab that with your bare hand. Right? But that time when we saw them from behind and just their body language and just everything, and then Roberta wiping the tear, that's the only time I saw just a hint of suffering. And of course, that was because it was about their own son. They didn't seem to have much regard for Gabby Petito. None, right? Yeah, I think it said at least 100K. Okay. I'm going to put JB on and go over the details again.
Or the Petitos and the Schmidts, but will you settle out of court if that opportunity presented itself? Let me make this clear. There's no inkling that I have or anything like that there would be an opportunity to settle, that Bertolino and the Laundries would want to settle out of court. This is all very, very fresh. However, it's worth pointing out that there are other options as far as getting to the end of a tunnel with a civil lawsuit rather than just reaching a jury trial. There's a lot of different avenues this could take. A lawyer is going to be able to speak way better to this than I can, and we'll try to get a lawyer's perspective for you tonight on WFLA.
Okay, so I'm going to monitor. When he says something very important, I'll put him back on, okay? So, yes, they said Petito and Schmidt are seeking damages of at least $100,000, according to the documents filed this week, stating that they suffered pain and mental anguish as a result of the willfulness and maliciousness of the Laundries. So, at least, right? It's so bizarre seeing this footage again, don't you think? Oh, my word.
Not possible. Witness accessory disclosing the information about the suspect's actions. Listen, the Laundries can continue to remain silent. That is their right. This is their right under the Constitution of the United States. And let's remember that it's Bertolino who was very, very honest in his text message saying, and he's repeated this to me several times, he's saying, look, I'm the one directing my clients to remain silent.
True.
And all communication that is being done back and forth between any party with his clients, Chris and Roberta Laundrie, is through Stephen Bertolino, the attorney. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing that leads us to believe that we're going to all of a sudden now get the Laundrie side of events, even though so many of you would be fascinated to hear from the Laundries, and it would be a massive turn of events in this case, in this story. There's zero sign on the wall, so to speak, that all of a sudden there's going to be this massive about face, and we're going to have the Laundries, telling their side of the story. I, for one, I'll just be very honest.
Got it.
I'd be the first one to show up to hear from the Laundries, just because I want to know the answers to so many questions. And I'd like to also point out, and we would find out months after this story kind of settled a bit, that this ended up being the most watched live coverage online
ever
of the Gabby Petito and the Brian Laundrie story. As I unmic myself for Jim.
I'm just going to take him for a second. Did you know that the highest searched terms on Google were Gabby Petito and Summer Wells, apparently? And that was not just true crime. It was like Gabby Petito, and Summer Wells. So, wow. Google accessory after the fact, max sentence 15 years in prison. Hey, we'll take that 15, right?
It's not just an opportunity for you to come up and say whatever you want to say. It's an open forum, an open invitation for an interview. And to Bertolino, to the Laundries, you're always welcome to come on WFLA now. That's my promise. Let's see here.
Okay, they're going to be asking some questions. I'm going to take them off again for now. Guess I had a best live and on the case as it happens. I don't feel like this is at my best, but I'm glad you enjoy it, because I'm just like, oh my word, I'm just like, it just feels, but I guess I really enjoy being here with you guys and just processing it with you and learning of all this and just going like, wait, what? One of you were now asking, how do they know? Sorry, I just want to find that. The 28th, how do they know? Do you think there'll be more protests outside the Laundries home? I do think so. I really do. It probably is going to happen as we speak. How do the parents know Laundrie told his parents on August 28th? Is the speculation? If their theories are speculation, the case is frivolous and a cross-claim for defamation, legal points only. Well, the thing is that they spent about 8 hours with the FBI and went over all the evidence, so there might actually be digital data, like actual phone evidence or text messages that were sent. I'm pretty sure they found out because they already found out the messages that were sent between Brian's phone and Gabby's phone after Gabby's death, where Brian was pretending. Oh, that's just so sickening, to be Gabby, like texting as she would so that he could pretend that she was still alive. Whoa. So he must have texted his parents or even had a phone call with his parents on August 28th, and that must be part of the evidence. That's just what I'm assuming, speculatively. But I don't think that Joe Petito, from everything I've seen with him, I mean, the whole family is a very strong family, but Joe Petito, I don't think he messes around. He's not going to be like, oh, that's it, I'm going to file a lawsuit suddenly now when there's no evidence. He will have evidence. He's going to have something solid to file this kind of lawsuit. Don't you think? Don't you think, from everything you know about what you've seen from, we don't know him, I've never met him, but like some of you have met him. From what you've seen, don't you think like he's a boss? He's not going to just be like, oh, well, you know what I'm going to do in March of 2022? Suddenly file a lawsuit. No. He would have been getting his ducks in a row. And they just recently spent time with the FBI going over everything. Remember? And then they released the autopsy, which we went over. We read every single page, line by line. If you are new here, please do join this fantastic Grizzly community. We covered this case at length with total passion. Actually, some of my footage is going to be shared in a production in the UK, a documentary. So I'm very, very excited for that. Because, my word, this case, not only, it took the world by storm. It's not just American-based. Of course, I'm South African living in the Netherlands, and this case was crazy, right? It was so crazy, especially everything. If we look at everything from the Laundries side, so the way that Brian behaved after he had murdered Gabby, because now we don't have to say allegedly anymore. Yeah, Joe's a badass. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The way that Brian behaved, his thought process, what he thought would be appropriate to do, like hike along the Snake River, go and hitchhike, offer loads of money for a quick ride, just like, I'll give you $200 or whatever it is, just get me back to camp. And then he gets another ride and is like, just drop me off outside the gate. And then the lady still said, this is obviously that speculation because we don't know those people, but they did say that, yeah, they gave him a lift right back to camp, back to where the van was parked. Oh my word. Spread Creek, parked outside the gate. Then to think that that was on August 29th. That's also scary to think that he told his parents what had happened on the 28th. Maybe they were even part of helping him figure out like what to do. We don't know that. But if he told them, and that was what he did after, was hike around, hitch a ride, get dropped off at the gate, walk back into camp, which could have taken, I think we went over the whole map time, around 25 minutes or so, get back to the van, get in the van, update his Spotify playlist. Because don't forget that he updated that on, I think, the 29th and again on the 31st or something like that, or the 29th and the 30th, updated his Spotify playlist. And eerily enough, he updated it to include a lot of love songs. And it was weird. It was like, dude, what are you doing? But he was obviously pretending to be like heartbroken. Because it was something about the love of a woman, and I don't know, we went over all the lyrics and everything actually as well. I have actually wondered if his father shot him. I think a lot of people wonder that. So to think that he got in the van, in Gabby's van, left her across the creek. Whoa. And there were shoes, hiking shoes left next to her remains. We don't know yet if it was hers or his. I would be assuming it was hers. We don't know though. That's so scary. Oh my word. Anyway, and then he gets in the van, updates his Spotify playlist, texts back and forth between his phone and Gabby's phone. I mean, it's just like next level psychosis. Like, what is going on here? Oh, it's just so horrible. It's so evil. And then to think, he stops at Casey's for pizza or what? Like, he stopped for pizza. He used Gabby's cards. Oh, it's just horrible. Gets home. And then on the 1st, because remember, Doug from Northport, Florida actually saw him the day before the 1st of September. Possibly. Idling the van. Huh? So, but I mean, that would have been a very quick drive, like all in one go. Damn. But okay, he arrives home on the 1st. The Laundries already paying the lawyer, Stephen Bertolino, on the 2nd, paid him a retainer, according to the lawsuit filed here as well. And then, I'll get to this in a moment, and then they go camping. They first go on neighborhood walks. Brian mows the lawn because neighbors spotted him there. And then they go camping on, what was it, the 7th and the 8th. Camping at Fort DeSoto. They have s'mores around the campfire. They're camping, and then apparently remember that 3 people checked in and 2 checked out. So where the heck was Brian? I'm still speculating that Brian may not have gone home right after that. He might have actually gone to Cassie's house. I'm still speculating that because maybe he left with Cassie, you know what I mean? On the 7th or 8th. Oh, thank you so much for this $1.99 super sticker. It's good they are doing this. The Laundries deserve this. Yes, my word. Okay. Did I miss the reading of the lawsuit? I don't have the actual document right now, but I do have everything that they said, which is on this article over here. Okay. I'm going to read it again to you. If anyone has it, let me just check. If you have the document, I don't know if we have the document yet. You know I love documents, but don't worry. Once we get the document, and I'm certain that it's it, because I like to know when I'm reading, I will read it to you guys. Also, if you are brand new here, there's 764 people here. Thank you for being here. If you could, do one of these, leave your DNA on the thumbs up if you like the way that I present true crime. If this is your first time here, you might be like, whoa, this lady is like, like a hyper. I'm talking so fast. You cannot listen to me on 1.25 speed, okay? Talking so fast, and the timeline is just we're going over it all, like from the beginning, just about, or not the beginning, we can go from the beginning, but we're looking at it from August 27th, where Gabby and Brian last went to the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. And remember, Brian had gone home, allegedly, from the 17th to the 23rd. Man, I still want to find out what happened there. Oh man, if I could be a fly on the FBI wall. So, if you are new here and you're seeing me for the first time, if you would like to join us, please do hit the subscribe button. It's free, and the bell, and yeah, maybe we could celebrate getting to almost getting to 40k subscribers here on Grizzly True Crime. That would be fun. I'm actually also planning to go live later, depending on what goes on here. I had a whole thing planned, but this is just like, whoa, what? If this goes on for very long, I'll just shift that to tomorrow or later. We'll see how it goes, okay? We're here now. I'm here, okay. The document itself is a scribed. I have a copy of it in PDF too. Oh my word. Well, let me pop this on right now. Thank you, Caroline. If you have the document, if anyone has the document in PDF format, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. So, yes, that would be amazing. Let me quickly close this and go to my email so I can actually monitor that. So glad to have all these screens on my word. I can do so many things on here. Are you new? I like that. Mike is mommy. Join the best community. This is a fantastic community, and we all came together through this Gabby Petito case. I mean, together, you Grizzlies, we raised also over $3,000 for the Gabby Petito Foundation. We still continue to raise. It's now trickling in, but people are still buying the Gabby Petito merch. Man, I should have won that right now. I can go get it. Yes, go live later. Oh, I'm either going to stay live here for a while or go live later with what we were planning to, because that will be quite a switch of topic, huh? Okay, let's see. Oh, wow, we've got what's going on here? Okay. That's unrelated. Nope. I don't have those here. I'm like, is it? It's not the PDF yet. Check Brian Inton's Twitter. I will check Brian Inton's Twitter. You're right. That's where to go for the documents right now. Okay, come on, Brian Inton. Bombshell report inbound on Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Okay, now, hello, Brian. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, please come on over. It's Grizzly Gisela. That's the only account I couldn't call Grizzly True Crime for some reason. So, Grizzly Gisela. Yes, Brian Inton, what are you sharing? Here's the new information. Oh, okay. Why do you have to share it like that? Pages 1 to 4. Is this page 1? I just want to check. 1, 2. Ah, the boss. Okay, wait. I'm going to do this. Just quickly checking here. Oh, that's me. Hold on. I'm like, I could see myself here. Okay, sorry for the delay. Please bear with me. You might be like, what? If you're just rolling in here, Gabby Petito's parents have filed a lawsuit against the Laundries, and that's what we're looking at. So here, I would like to show you this document. I just want to show it nice and big, you know? I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Let's just see it like this. I wonder if you could see that nicely. I feel like, I don't think that that's the best way to see it. Hold on one second, please. I want to show you like this. Yeah, that's going to be better. Please stand by. I should have like a, please stand by while we prepare the document for you. Ha. See, now I can make it just a little bit bigger for you guys to see. It's not great, but it'll do, right? Ah, man. I hope so. As soon as I have the PDF, that'll help too. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. Thank you so much, Belle of Amherst. Okay, so here we go. Live reaction to the document. In the Circuit Court of the 12th Judicial Circuit in and for Sarasota County, Florida, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, plaintiffs versus... Oh, Joe Petito and Nicole Schmidt versus Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie. Very nice. Complaint. Come now, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, by and through their undersigned counsel, and file the within complaint against the defendants Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, and in support thereof allege as follows: this is an action for damages that exceed $30,000 exclusive of prejudgment interest, costs, and attorney fees. Venue is proper in Sarasota County, Florida, because the defendants reside therein. This court has jurisdiction over the within matter pursuant to FS 86.011 and FS 26.012. The plaintiff, Joseph Petito, is a resident of Vero Beach, Florida, and is the father of Gabrielle Petito, deceased. Plaintiff Nicole Schmidt is a resident of Blue Point, New York, and is the mother of Gabrielle Petito, deceased. Defendants Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie are residents of Northport, Florida, and are the parents of Brian Laundrie, deceased. Thank you for the PDF. I'm wondering now if that will be bigger. I wonder if I... Hold on. Thank you so much, Caroline. For now, let me just do this. We could see it for now, right? I don't want to lose focus right now, right? I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys can see this quite nicely. All right. So, Brian Laundrie and Gabrielle Petito became engaged to marry on or about July 2nd, 2020. On July 2nd, 2021, Brian Laundrie and Gabrielle Petito left New York in a van owned by Gabrielle Petito to take a trip to the western United States, which was expected to last for several months. So 1 year later, on their 1 year engagement anniversary, they left for this trip. Prior to the trip taken by Gabrielle Petito and Brian Laundrie, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie had a cordial relationship. That's interesting to know too. Stefan, I see you are here. An email I sent to you to thank you for spoiling me. It seems to have bounced for some reason, but thank you so much for spoiling me on my birthday. Okay, hold on. I've got to clear my throat. Okay. So they had a cordial relationship. Okay. On number 10, Gabrielle Petito had hopes of becoming a travel influencer, a van lifer, and document her cross-country travels on social media sites such as YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. During the course of the aforementioned trip, Gabrielle Petito called her family almost daily, including her parents, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, and her siblings. The last communication that Gabrielle Petito had with Joseph Petito was on August 21st, 2021. See, why is that interesting? Because if you watch the Hulu documentary, remember that? The Gabby Petito Hulu documentary, Joe Petito then may have slipped up a little bit because he said he spoke to her on August 24th via FaceTime. But the Hulu documentary had a whole bunch of incorrect things. So anyway, here, legally, they say the last time that Joe Petito spoke to her was on the 21st. Interesting. Yes, obstruction of justice. That's what I'm wondering. Thank you to everyone sending me the PDF. I hope that this is okay. Is that okay? Can you see this? I'm just looking at it from Brian Enton's one. Afterwards, we can always look at the PDF again. But let's focus right now, right? I'm here. I'm in it. It looks okay. Okay. The last communication that Gabrielle Petito had with Joseph Petito was on August 21st, 2021. The last communication that Nicole Schmidt had with Gabrielle Petito was on August 27th, 2021. See, that's also different. Initially, she said 25th. All along, she said 25th. Now it's 27th. It is believed that on August 27, 2021, Brian Laundrie murdered Gabrielle Petito. The cause of her death was blunt force injuries to the head and neck with manual strangulation. Gabrielle Petito was 22 years of age at the time of her death. I mean, man, that is just so young. After Brian Laundrie murdered Gabrielle Petito, Brian Laundrie sent text messages back and forth between his cell phone and Gabrielle Petito's cell phone in an effort to hide the fact that she was deceased. Wait, we can't see number 17 there for you. We must see. There we go. I actually want to make this like this so that I can make it even bigger. Okay. On August 27th, 2021, it is believed that Brian Laundrie sent a text to Nicole Schmidt in which he referred to Gabrielle Petito's grandfather, Stan, by name. Gabrielle Petito never called her grandfather by his name. It is believed and therefore averred that on about August 28th, 2021, Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito. So that is what he told them. That is the context. Not just like contacted and said we had a fight, something happened. He actually, according to this, it is believed and therefore averred that on or about August 28th, Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito. On that same date, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie spoke with attorney Steve Bertolino and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. I'm trying to monitor your chats, okay, but I'm focused here, so just know I'm not ignoring you. I see you. I'm so grateful for all of you here. Right now, let's go through this document. Am I right? We love documents. Okay. So here we go. I just can't believe it. Wow. He actually told his parents that he murdered Gabby, and they're like, ooh, crap. Okay, what are we going to do now? Sorry for the words. I'm just like, wow. They're like, what are we going to do? Okay, immediately get a lawyer. So it's everything that we all felt and thought like, whoa, they lawyered up real quick. Like, when did he tell them about this? On August 28th, apparently. On that same date, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie spoke with. So on August 28th, bing, phoned the lawyer and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. On August 30th, 2021, Brian Laundrie sent a text message from Gabrielle Petito's cell phone to Nicole Schmidt stating that there was no service in Yosemite Park in an effort to deceive Nicole Schmidt into believing that Gabrielle Petito was still alive. And meanwhile, of course, the cell phone, if they could find the pings, I'm sure the FBI's got lots of technology to find out everything, even though we don't know that they actually ever found their phones. Yeah, he was nowhere near Yosemite. On September 1st, 2021, Brian Laundrie returned to the home of his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, driving Gabrielle Petito's van. After this point in time, there was no contact between Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt on the one hand and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta on the other. From August 27, 2021 until September 19, 2021, when Gabrielle Petito's remains were found at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area in Wyoming, plaintiffs were extremely distraught and were attempting to locate Gabrielle Petito. And I mean, the Laundries would have known exactly, because Brian knew exactly where and he told them what happened. This is horrendous. I had the email address here, but thank you, everyone. I think I've got the PDF now. This is my email address, okay? I just don't want to block the document. grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. All right. Whoa. I'm so shocked. Okay. There was no contact. From August 27th until September 19th, they were extremely distraught, attempting to locate Gabrielle Petito. While Gabrielle Petito's family was suffering, the Laundrie family went on vacation to Fort DeSoto Park on September 6th to 7th, 2021. 6th to 7th. So see, 6th, 7th, 8th they didn't stay till the 8th. One night, and Cassie says she was only there for the evening. In an effort to avoid any contact with Nicole Schmidt, on or about September 10th. There we go. We've got it here, guys. On or about September 10th, 2021, Roberta Laundrie blocked Nicole Schmidt on her cellular phone such that neither phone calls nor texts could be delivered, and she blocked her on Facebook. Yes, on the 10th, a day before Gabby was officially reported missing. Here's the email address, everyone. It's scrolling right here below me. We'll take a minute to just process what we just learned. On September 10th, Roberta Laundrie decided, you know what's really appropriate right now is to block Gabby's mother, because my word, we don't want that woman bothering me, right? Wow, Roberta, wow. Whew, wow. Blocking her phone. It's so crazy. Here we go to the next page. On September 14th, 2021, with full knowledge that Gabrielle Petito had been murdered by their son, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, through their lawyer, issued the following statement. It is our understanding that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family. I remember that. Oh, my word. I remember that. Can you remember that? When they said, we hope that she's reunited with her family. See, again, implying that she's just wandering off there with others, and Brian sitting there at home with her van. Okay, then, Laundries. And they knew full well that Gabby was deceased at that time. On September 16th, 2021, attorney Richard Stafford, on behalf of Gabrielle Petito's family, issued a letter to Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie as follows. We are writing this letter to ask you to help find our beautiful daughter. We understand you are going through a difficult time and your instinct to protect your son is strong. We ask you to put yourselves in our shoes. We haven't been able to sleep or eat and our lives are falling apart. We believe you know the location of where Brian left Gabby. We beg you to tell us. As a parent, how could you let us go through this pain and not help us? As a parent, how can you put Gabby's younger brothers and sisters through this? Well, unfortunately, they couldn't appeal to them because these people have no regard for others and no capacity for empathy. Gabby lived with you for over a year. She was going to be your daughter-in-law. How can you keep her location hidden? You were both at Jim and Nicole's house. You were both so happy that Brian and Gabby got engaged and were planning to spend their lives together. Wow, they're probably just happy their baby boy wasn't going to be alone for the rest of his life. Oh, snark time. Okay, right, moving along, focus. Please, if you or your family have any decency left, they didn't. Please tell us where Gabby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place. All we want is Gabby to come home. Please help us make that happen. And they knew. Yeah, Laundries will never divorce now. Okay, that's true. You make a good point, BM. Reunited could be in the context of finding a deceased person. Yeah, especially the way that Bertolino and the Laundries talk. They're like, we hope you reunite with her. You're right. Yes, that is what makes us very upset how the Laundries ignored Gabby's parents. Despite the fact that Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt implored Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie to tell them if their daughter was alive, and if she was not, where her remains were located, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie refused to respond to either Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt or law enforcement. No decency left on Wabasa Avenue. Right. At first, wasn't it, I'm just peeping over here, wasn't it said that Gabby Petito's parents had tried calling Chris and Roberta Laundries to ask them because of no contact. And then JP said he had drove by and saw the van. And that's when PD was asked to do a welfare check. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder who first saw the van. I just know that at that point, I mean, Gabby's mother was absolutely distraught. Couldn't get hold of course, her daughter. Couldn't get hold of the Laundries. Roberta blocked her on the 10th. So on the 11th, an official missing persons report was found. Yes, I wish Bertolino could be sued as well. Okay, let's see. Now, what I'm going to do is I just got to go to the next page quickly. Hold on. Okay. Thank you all for being here. If you are new here, if you would not mind subscribing to become part of this fantastic community, just look at the chat. This is a fantastic community. We're very close-knit as a Grizzly family, and we'd love to have you here with us. Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie instructed that all contacts were to be made through their attorney, Stephen P. Bertolino, and he issued no comment when asked about Gabrielle Petito's well-being. You see, they knew. No comment. Like, is she alive? Is she well? No comment. Dude, no comment is a comment. While Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt were desperately searching for information concerning their daughter, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie were keeping the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie secret, and it is believed were making arrangements for him to leave the country. Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie knew of the mental suffering and anguish of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, and knew that they could alleviate, at least in part, such mental suffering and anguish by disclosing what they knew about the well-being and the location of the remains of Gabrielle Petito, yet they repeatedly refused to do so. In doing so, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie acted with malice or great indifference to the rights of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt. Yes. So soulless. They were too good to be bothered. And there's still so many holes in this case. I agree, Jill. This makes OJ look like child's play. Yeah. My word. They were really heartless, huh? Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie exhibited extreme and outrageous conduct, which constitutes behavior under the circumstances which goes beyond all possible bounds of decency and is regarded as shocking, atrocious, and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. Yes, they are very uncivilized, right? As a direct and proximate result of the willfulness and maliciousness of Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt have been caused to suffer pain and suffering, mental anguish, inconvenience, loss of capacity for enjoyment of life experienced in the past and to be experienced in the future. And now I've got to do this again. Wherefore, plaintiffs Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt respectfully request this honorable court to enter judgment in their favor against the defendants, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, and award to them just compensation for the damages they have suffered, together with costs and such other relief as this honorable court deems just and appropriate. Now, I know that they're saying there that to award them just compensation for the damages that they have suffered, together with the costs and such other relief as this honorable court deems just and appropriate. Now, I like that last sentence because it's like, we'll leave it up to you. What do you think is just and appropriate? Ooh, and I hope that, who's this judge? I'm looking. Pat J. Riley Esquire, Patrick J. Okay. Who's the judge? Is this the judge? Ooh, I hope it's a really good judge. Are they asking for a bench trial? I mean, I freaking hope so. Doesn't seem like it. They're asking right now for damages to be covered. Okay, wait. I know I'm a little bit small, you know. Is this for real? It is for real. Okay. It has to be assigned, okay? Oh, very nice. It still has to be assigned. I hope they have the best judge ever. My word. Okay, now I'm quickly going to go look at my email again because I want to make it triple sure, you know how it goes, that that we actually read all the pages, because that's how we roll over here. Every single page, line by line, must be read. Thank you. Here's the PDF here, I think. And now we want to go and open it. Thank you for being here. There's 906 people here. Whoa, Grizzly True Crime. We've all together again. I mean, we were all together through this case. Remember? If you weren't with us through this case, then welcome to it. Welcome. Who does this? I cannot believe that Roberta, I mean, woman to woman, mother to mother, you're going to block Gabby's mother? You're going to block her number and her on Facebook? I mean, like, it just shows like a level of real immaturity to me. What do you think? Evil at its worst. Ooh, okay, let's just check that we read all the pages. Thank you for sending this. I'm just checking. Yeah, we read through everything. But I have it now. The PDF. It's in my hands. Now I got to drink some water. Back for 10 minutes. We'll start from the beginning. I'm late. Don't worry. Ophelia's Raven. You don't have to start from the beginning. We're going to recap right now because lots of people have joined. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Don't go to the beginning. Stay right here with us. We're going to go over it right from the top because it's how we roll. So for anyone joining right now, on this channel, we covered the Gabby Petito case extensively. We did the map time. We did the deep dives. I mean, I even went into their high school years and we walked through the halls basically, and we looked at where Gabby had worked before. Just everything. We looked at her old interviews. We really did a deep dive on this case, right? And we all just felt that even though they said Brian Laundrie took responsibility, I'm not trying to say it, I'm not trying to be snarky towards really the FBI there, but when they're like, Brian Laundrie took responsibility, it's just the way they worded it just didn't sound like, it didn't feel like justice. But now that the Petitos, Gabby's biological parents, wow, are suing the Laundries. Okay, now we might get some justice, right? And we've got their back. Thank you to every single Grizzly who also bought some of the Gabby Petito merch. As you know, sometimes I run campaigns like for Daniel Robinson that's still ongoing. If you buy a piece of Please Help Find Daniel merch, all of the funds raised go straight to the GoFundMe for Daniel Robinson. And we did that with Gabby Petito's case as well. And together we raised over $3,000. I mean, you guys were brilliant. So thank you so much. If you still want to pick up the merch, you still can. We still want justice for Gabby. It's got a beautiful butterfly on it designed by Panna Puma. Panna Puma is on Instagram if you want to find her. She makes some amazing art. Thank you, Ashley, for this $4.99 super sticker. Please be snarky. Oh, don't get me started. Ooh, snarky. Remember that picture where, what's his name? Christopher Laundrie was like sprinting across the lawn. That was just ridiculous. Oh, my word. Look up that court and see if their portal is open to snoop. Well, the problem is I can't look it up right now because I need a VPN. I'm in the Netherlands. I can't just look up things like that from here. And if I switch to VPN now, the stream is going to be massively affected. I just can't believe these people. I can't believe them. I mean, let me bring this over here for a second. And let me show you a little picture, shall we? Why not? Where are these people? Hold on. I'm like, where are these people? I've got a whole folder of their pictures. These people, yeah. Shopping and camping. Oh, my word. I mean, this is a picture I had. Yeah. Look at it. Let's just look at their faces a little bit, shall we? Belle says, what are we going to look up? And don't worry, I know I promised to go over the case again and what we're looking at today. This is what was suggested to look up for the person asking. Oh, we do love the line by line. We're going to go over everything one more time, okay? What's the time? Supposed to be going live at midnight. Okay. Lock them up. Oh, that would be so nice. At least. Yeah, there was a 30K at the beginning. They said at least. But then later they say at least 100,000. So that's interesting. We're going to go over it again, okay? I'm just showing you their faces a little bit. Do these look like worried people to you? I don't think so. Okay, let's move them over. Yes, they can sit over there for now. We'll look at them. Feel free to snark. And can you believe that the Northport Police Department thought that this was Brian Laundrie? What? What? No, they didn't sell their house. That was fake. They didn't ever put up a for sale sign. That was literally photoshopped by someone who wanted a little bit of clout. You get those. Okay, so here we go again. For everyone joining right now, there's 900 Grizzlies here. I hope you are a Grizzly. If you are not yet a Grizzly, all you got to do is subscribe. Ta-da, you're a Grizzly. And we'll be proud to have you. Here we go. From the top, okay? Gabby Petito's family filed a lawsuit against the parents of Brian Laundrie this week, actually yesterday, accusing the Laundrie family of knowing that their son murdered 22-year-old Petito and claiming that they were planning to help him leave the country. Petito's father, Joseph Petito, and mother, Nicole Schmidt, filed the civil lawsuit against Chris and Roberta Laundrie on Thursday, March 10th, according to the court documents. The new documents contained several bombshell allegations that were not previously mentioned by the FBI, the lead investigating agency on the Petito and Laundrie case. I wonder if the FBI is going to make a statement at all. According to the documents, it's believed that Petito died on August 27th. A lot of us, well, here on Grizzly True Crime, right? I can't speak for everyone. Here, the more we learned, the more we speculated, narrow down that timeline, right? Especially doing map time and looking at the distances and just everything plausibly for Brian Laundrie to get to his parents' home on the 1st. And hike after, like, walking along the Snake River from Spread Creek Dispersed Camp, hiking back from that Coulter Bay area back to camp, getting in a van and driving home. She died on August 27th. So that restaurant, the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant, where Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie had lunch and had a fight of some sort, and now the restaurant said, no, there was no fight. That sounds like they've been silenced somewhat. Or, of course, they don't want their business to be affected, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was a fight, right? According to the documents, it's believed that Petito died on August 27th at the hands of Laundrie. The FBI said last month that Laundrie claimed responsibility for Petito's death in a written journal entry that was found with his remains in Sarasota County late last year. I'm pretty sure that they would have DNA evidence from Gabby's remains. I mean, I hope that will come out. Maybe more will come out the more we go on, and we're going to cover it over here. That's another reason to subscribe and hit the bell so that you know if this is the case you're interested in. I cover many cases, and I always do deep dives, and we always read affidavits and documents. I read through Brian Laundrie's entire medical report. The other day, we read through Letitia Stark's entire freaking affidavit. And now we're going to, I can't say entire because it's 6 pages, but we're going to read through the entire lawsuit that was filed again. So I'm pretty sure they would have DNA evidence. So it's not just, I can't just see that it's just Brian Laundrie took responsibility. Surely they've got the DNA evidence to match that, right? While a coroner determined that Petito's cause of death was homicide by manual strangulation, the civil lawsuit claims that she also suffered blunt force injuries to the head and neck. That's bad. In the new lawsuit, Petito's parents allege that Laundrie told his parents what happened on or about August 28th. It is believed and therefore averred that Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito. On that same date, don't forget this, on the same date that Brian told his mommy and daddy what he did, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie took action and immediately phoned their lawyer, Stephen Bertolino, and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. They were ready for him. By the time he got home, lawyer was ready. Come home, baby boy. The lawyer will be ready. So will the melons. There were literally melons on the counter, okay, in the house pictures. I know they were old house pictures, but there was a melon, okay? Melon boy. And melon mom and melon dad. Okay, so the lawsuit says that Laundrie sent messages, text messages, back and forth between his phone and Petito's phone after her death in an effort to hide the fact that she was deceased. That is some major cover-up action there. He's just like texting himself, pretending to be Gabby? Whoa. The suit also specifically mentions a text that Laundrie allegedly sent to Schmidt on August 27th that referred to Petito's grandfather by his first name, Stan. Now, I want to know what time that text was sent. What exact time was that sent? Huh? Because that would mean that he may have already murdered Gabby that afternoon. I'm just thinking back to this red, white, and Bethune. With those doors closing and everything. Guys. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Focus. We're going to go over this. Then we're going to go over that too. Okay, Petito's mother had previously said that the final text message raised red flags to her because Petito never called her grandfather by his first name. The suit claims that Laundry then sent an additional text from Petito's phone on August 30th to Schmidt saying that there was no service in Yosemite Park in an effort to deceive her into believing that her daughter was still alive. Okay, now what I want to do is just going to quickly close this PDF. What's up, JB? I'm surprised they didn't talk about Brian stealing her van and using her bank cards, the whole trip home thing, right? Yeah, I want to see this evidence. That's what I'm thinking. Wait. Ooh. Stand by. Red, white, and Bethune. Is this Gabby Petito's van? I just want to find the original, which I think is this one. We're going back to this.
21. We got.
No, lady. We want to hear. Sorry for saying lady. Here we go.
On August 27th, 2021, we got camera footage going through the Grand Tetons Park.
On August 27th, 2021. So this whole thing of the door closing. Do you remember this? We're going to see it. Brian Laundrie. What did he do? Ooh. Oh, this is bad. He probably already did something at that point. I just quickly want to go back because Red, White, and Bethune said August 27th, 2021, which was a Friday. One more time.
On August 27th, 2021, we got camera footage going through the Grand Tetons Park around 6 to 6:30 p.m.
Around 6 to 6:30 p.m. Okay, wait. I'm going to take these friggin' laundries off my screen here. I don't want them here anymore. Okay. Around 6:30 p.m. Now, Gabby and Brian were seen at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. That was around 1:30 p.m. from what I remember. And there was some kind of fight going on with the hostess and all of that, right? So that means that they would have driven back to camp, which I think was around, we can look again, half an hour away. And so to think that they maybe got back at what, 2 or 2:30, something like that. Let's call it latest 3 o'clock. At 6:30, around 6:30, this is when Red, White, and Bethune came past with their dash cams, and I'm getting goosebumps because, whoa, oh my word. I mean, it's so crazy that they drove past at that time, you know, like on that date and had this footage and remembered. Like, they're like, oh, this case is like all over the place. Like, wait a minute. We have footage of that. I mean, imagine. Yes, the door was closing on the van video.
This is at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. We got there and there was a huge gravel lot, and we decided we wanted to try to drive more toward the back because we had heard the views were better back there. So we were heading back on this long dirt gravel road.
Yes, it goes quiet.
And we came across a white van that had Florida plates.
Stand by. So, Amy says, in my opinion, Brian killed Gabby in the van and he was slowly closing the door. Now, this door was slowly closing. The thing is, though, I think that he actually murdered Gabby across the creek because he wouldn't have been able to, I know she wasn't very heavy, but he wouldn't have been able to carry her across those rocks across the creek. If we actually go, they would have crossed over 4 little streams. You know, we've done that in detail as well, and people that have actually gone to walk out there. That's just my opinion, is that he set up camp on that side, or they had already set up camp on that side. Because they'd parked there for a few days, according to the park rangers there, right? And so they probably set up camp over there. I think he may have, I don't know if they'd already gone across there, or she'd gone there by herself in a fight and he was in the van alone, or him by himself, whichever way. But ooh, it's eerie. It's very, very eerie.
Small white van. We were going to stop and say hi because we're from Florida too, but the van was completely dark. There was nobody there, so we decided to continue on our way.
Yeah, the van looked like it was pretty much kind of abandoned. We figured maybe they were out hiking or they were just chilling inside. There was no doors open. You know, it was just kind of, you know, neat to see a Florida.
We're going to get up to it now. Um, that statement of no signal at Yosemite Park. How could he send a text if there's no signal? I know, right? What an absolute dumbass, right? Could have been across the waters. Yeah, they were already set up. Yes, blunt force and. There were footprints of naked feet running zigzag from the van and diagonally towards where she was found. Yep, saw that. Ooh, that's scary. What's scary is that they probably got back to this Spread Creek dispersed camp after lunch. And then something terrible happened, which could have been another case of shocking broad daylight. That's shocking. Because by 6:30, someone's in the van and the doors are closing slowly like that.
plate, you know, on the other side of the country is not something you see all the time.
But we wanted to include this in the video just in any way that we can help and get this out there to be able to find Gabby Petito. So if you could share it, if you know anything, please don't hesitate.
Yeah, as we're coming up on it, we're approaching it up here on the left-hand side. This is most definitely Gabby Petito's Ford Transit van. It's kind of wild, like it's saying a little bit, because we drove past. We actually weren't able to find any sites, and we ended up driving back through, saw it again, but here it is on the left. So.
And I slowed it down so you can possibly see it a little bit better.
But kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but.
See, he says kind of freaky for a late Saturday evening, but August 27th was a Friday. That was all my thing of like, wait, which day was it? Because he said kind of freaky for a late Saturday. But August 27th is the day she said. However, I would love to talk to them. Like, which one was it? Which one was it? If you guys are watching Red, White, and Bethune, was it a Friday, August 27th, or was it the Saturday, August 28th? Because that also makes a huge difference. Because if this was August 28th, it also makes sense to me that this is absolutely Brian in this van after the fact, leaving Gabby across the campsite where he murdered her the day before and calling his mommy and daddy, possibly in that moment or around then, going back to the van, being like, oh no, what do I do? And then he hears a car coming, ooh, quickly close, I don't want to talk to anyone. See? Yes, I tried to contact them before. Tweet them, guys. Tell them to be on Grizzly True Crime. It's an open invitation. I would absolutely love to know if it was. And I've watched a lot of their interviews. But do you guys know? If you've watched, I've watched almost all the interviews. Because can you see the discrepancy here? Man, I wish I could remember the lady's name right now. The name, or the lady says, Red, White, and Bethune says, the lady says, on August 27th, and he says, the guy says it's kind of freaky that it was a late Saturday night. Well, ooh, that makes a difference. My word. That number means the case has not been assigned yet. Okay, so the case is still going to be assigned. I always thought they took the footage on the 28th. It's quite hectic because if Brian, but that was late. I'm just trying to think of how he would get to Coulter Bay Village. Maybe he got a ride there. Because he definitely ended up, well, no, we don't know that definitely. I can't say definitely. Speculatively, he ended up at Coulter Bay Village to then hike back to camp, then take the van and drive home, leaving around the 29th in the evening. So that would be very tight, huh? From the evening of the 27th? I mean, of the 28th. If this was the evening of the 28th, ooh, that would make it very tight to hike. Sorry, my voice is going. It'll make it very tight to hike. Okay, hold on. I'm going to play this video.
But we just kind of had a brain fart. Oh my God, there's that van. So if anybody can help, I know the FBI is looking for all the help they can get on the case.
I would not recommend it. Just don't do it. Go on a different. 2021, we got camera footage going through the Grand Tetons Park around 6 to 6:30 p.m.
This is at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area. We got there and there was a huge gravel lot, and we decided we wanted to try to drive more toward the back because we had heard the views were better back there. So we were heading back on this long dirt gravel road.
And we came across a
Sorry, I'm having a coughing fit. I got a cold for my birthday as well, so that was a fun gift. My voice is going a little bit too. I'm very excited to be here with you. If you like the way I present true crime, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't mind how I look. I'm okay. It's just my poor voice. I might have to quickly go make some tea just now to help and get some honey, as you guys always recommend. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Her name is Jen Bethune. Yes, Jen. Thank you. Now I'm going to slow this down, okay? So I'm going to take the sound off for a second. And I'm going to slow the footage down to half so that you guys can see the door. Okay. So the sound is off for their video now. People tuning in now, I think I'm so overly emotional now, but I'm having a coughing fit. My poor voice cords. Thank you. Okay. So let me just take the comments off so we can really focus on this. I actually just want to see something. What if I did this? Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. I just want to also say, we are going to watch now. Don't worry, I'm not trying to keep you in suspense. There is a video that I've done. It's actually one of my top videos where we absolutely analyzed the closing of the store. So if you want to watch that, I would highly recommend that. Now we're just going to look at it quickly again. But there was the channel Nerve Gorilla that actually enhanced this video footage, and Aaron Stone enhanced the video footage. Aaron actually sent me the video to really focus on looking how the door closes. So it's kind of hard to see now, but on that video I've paused it, I've circled things, I've pointed out things so that you can see it. Yes, this is the best community. I hope that new people will be joining us and hitting that subscribe button so that you can be a Grizzly too. You'll see, being a Grizzly is lots of fun. Man, don't you just hate this little friggin' this thingy, this little, whatever this is. What are you? Is it a bug? So annoying. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Okay. I always wondered also what's going on here, who's here. It doesn't matter. It's just strangers, whatever. But, you know. Yes, Roybos. Whew. Thank you. Can totally recommend the special video on the van and the van door. So that video is available on my channel, on the homepage. You'll see it immediately because the first thing I think is popular uploads, and the 3 videos, I did 3 videos on the van, are my most popular videos on the channel so far. So that was interesting. You guys are very fascinated with this van. Me too, but it's because of, we know something was up here, huh? Okay, so I'm going to just, I don't want to put the mouse in the way. And this thing here is so annoying. It's as they round this corner. Okay. Brian was trying to hitch, well, he did get, he hitchhiked back on the 29th. Got 2 rides on the 29th. Now it's going to be around here. There. I think it's from here. I have to slow it down even more. Right there. My voice. I wish we could zoom in now. However, I'm going to do my best. Just focus, okay, on the van area. Focus on this area here. I know this just looks like there's a tree in the way. But if you really look, especially at that enhanced footage, and I don't buy into a whole bunch of crazy theories and just like going all wild. Okay, I did believe in the bunker thing, okay, in the garden, I know. But You never know with the Laundries. You see what they're capable of. You know what I mean? They blocked Gabby's mother. Who knows what else they're capable of? However, I divert. I want to say this. I was like, but you can really see the door closing. Right there, right there. There, look at it. And we go. Look, it's open. Watch. And now it's closing. See? Now it's closed. Look. Do you see that? I can go back one more step here. Watch again carefully. There, it's open. And maybe he's even peeping out there. Like, it's like, as they come around and they straight... My voice on my word. I may have to delay that other live stream I was planning because, whoa. Right there. Closes. See? Oh, this little dot in the windscreen here. My word. And look, now it's completely closed. You see? I think Cassie was in the van. Whoa. Look, now it's closed. Okay. Here's another crazy one. Okay, let's go past this and I'll tell you. The stickers on the van. How crazy is it that when Brian Laundrie got home with a van, he still put more stickers on that van? That is crazy. Now, a lot of people saw a lot of things in this field. Some were completely impossible for a Brian, a man to pop up and pop down and pop up and left and right. He's like Superman, you know. That one, for a little bit, I'm like, huh? And then I'm like, no, that's not possible. And some people also saw some really hectic things. Whoa. You know, sometimes videos can be distorted, but you're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe. I just don't see the snuff film things and people doing things. I don't know about that. I must say, there was something interesting. Is it here? I don't know. See, like this looks like it could be a purse. There's a lot. I got sent a lot that I had to look at. All right. As they pass the van. Now, even if you look here, you can see, well, this is not the best view, but you can see which stickers are on the van. And I think, I also did a whole video on that. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that Brian got home and put more stickers on the van. Like, what on earth? What kind of psychology is that? Yeah, behind the van on the ground are the flip-flops. We also analyzed that at length. I know I'm in the way a little bit now. I can't really move myself. Wait. Okay. Here, right here, for anyone who's new to this case, you've never seen this. Right in this frame. Right here are sandals. Oh, and there's a huge debate over whose those are. Tell me whose you think they are. Do you think these are Brian's or do you think they're Gabby's? And over here, there's something over here too. That's also widely speculated what that is. I still think it looks like a gun. And everyone's like, no, it can't be a gun. It wouldn't put it out there. And, well, you just don't know. But people have said a gun, a drone. What else did you guys say? A gun, a drone, a book. But there's definitely sandals here. To me, that I think I last decided that they, I in my own mind, that they were Brian's. But even now, looking at them, they look like Gabby's. You know? Maybe I was covering evidence with the stickers. Whew. Anything I find online now states the footage is from the 27th. Okay, so maybe Jen was 100% right saying on August 27th. I mean, her husband was just kind of saying, yeah, it was kind of freaky for a late Saturday night. Maybe he just, that's a slip up, you know, because it was then a Friday. August 27th. And that would make more sense based on him hiking along from Spread Creek to Cultivate Village, and then back to camp, and then getting in the van, updating his Spotify playlist that they shared, Gabby and Brian. He updated it, put a whole bunch of songs on. Yes, and then drove all the way home. The friend, where was the friend who was to meet her at Yellowstone? The friend was supposed to hear from her to organize the trip or something. That's Rose. I know there's a lot of theories about Rose too. I don't know. But like the friend was supposed to meet up with her, and she didn't hear from Gabby because of what Brian had did, clearly. And so they never met up. But I know if we look at this footage, and even when they come back, when the Bethunes turn around and come back, they film some more of it. Oh man, there's so much we can see here. There's so much, you know. Too small to be Brian's, so Gabby's. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Brian is both of these things. See, even here, if we stop this right here, I mean, there's a whole lot of things people see here. I've seen Brian's face before. I've seen Gabby's. It's actually quite freaky. If you look here, this looks like... It looks like it could be Brian in the car. There's so much, right? And I think if you go here, this is when they were driving back, isn't it? I'm just going forward here a bit. Let's go to normal speed.
Got big river rock in it. What? Hurry up, hurry up!
Well, we found a spot.
So there was that footage there. Where did they drive past the van though? It was somewhere here.
Guys, super bumpy. Can't really see Kyle. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Alright, so we're trying to find a spot on this bumpy road. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. See what happens. It's a pretty good road.
What a cute dog.
Got big river rock in it. What? Hurry up, hurry up!
Well,
I can't see it right now, but it was definitely, you know, them coming from the other side. Whoa, okay. I wonder if I should do that other live stream. Wait, let me consult. Hold on one second, because we could do map time and everything. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Anyone for map time? Let's see what you guys are voting in the poll. Okay, let's see what you said. Do you think Cassie knew what Brian did? 60% absolutely. I must say, I'm with you guys. 7% say no way, and 33% say maybe. Okay. All right. What I want to do now quickly as well, if you want to do map time, I wonder how to... I'm going to... there was another live stream that I planned. This was not the plan, but that's how life works, isn't it? Life is what happens when you're making other plans. And as corny as that sounds, oh my word, is that true? The older you get, you're like, damn it, that is so true. So we're going to do that one tomorrow, okay? The Gannon Stark one, looking at the footage and everything. I mean, we're going to be so busy looking at all this footage. Our minds are here right now, you know? And so we'll do that tomorrow. Okay? So mods and everyone, this is what we're doing right now. Who's voting for map time? I'm going to end the poll here. And I think I should do some map time like this. Okay, wait. I'm just going to quickly... like this. We're going to go to Google Earth if we can. Map time! Overtime, every time in map time. I hope I still have my little project here. I had a whole project for Gabby Petito's case. Yes. Okay, I'm just quickly setting it up. Come on, Google Earth, do your thing. Ooh, okay. Now, I want to see, where's the projects? Projects? Oh, so annoying. Why aren't you here? I hate it when it does that. Okay. So, let's do this. And while I set it up, I just quickly want to, let's see what you guys are saying. Map time. Okay. While it is setting up, thank you for being here. We're going to do map time looking at the area where Brian Laundrie was friggin' hiking around. Because that was weird. So I'm just going to play this. And I am back with you. Thank you for your patience. If you're brand new here, welcome to the Grizzly True Crime community. I hope that you'll consider subscribing and becoming a Grizzly. We are very passionate about fighting for justice, for victims especially who didn't get the justice they deserve. I mean, everybody deserves justice. And we really want justice for Gabby Petito. So we are covering the case today. Again, you might be like, why are you still talking? Some people, why are you still talking about this case? Because Gabby Petito's parents have filed a lawsuit against the Laundries. And to me, that's fantastic news. Even if they just got a payout. Already that would just be more than nothing. You know what I mean? It would just be a little piece of justice. What beat was that? Because I was spitting bars. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like all the beats I choose for you. So, Spread Creek, dispersed camp, right? Here's Spread Creek if you just type this in. And if you want to see an absolutely in-depth map time of the entire journey, I do have that available on my channel. There is a playlist for Gabby Petito. So you go home, videos, playlist. It's all there on my channel, right? And there's a Gabby Petito playlist with all the videos. You could deep dive this case to no end. You know, sometimes I still rewatch things and you know what's quite cool, right? Okay, this might sound really weird, but like sometimes when I'm like, wait, what is that again? And then I can't find it anywhere. I literally have to go watch my own freaking videos because I deep dived it so much. So this map time is just I'm just showing you a quick one of Spread Creek, where they were camping, where the van was, and where Brian Laundrie then hiked to, allegedly, according to the TikTokers, well, people who shared on TikTok, that they actually picked him up. One shared on TikTok, one shared through news interviews or in the media. And yeah, they both said Brian was being very strange. So Spread Creek, if you type in Spread Creek, it usually will show you this. But the dispersed camp, which is where they were, is literally, we've looked at this so much, that where this road does this, wait, there's this, okay, so here. There's these two little forks in the road. We follow it diagonally across, like around here is where the van was. The camping was across the creek in this sort of area here. Okay, if you want specifics, right? Remember, map time there. I'm just showing you now from everything today. It's from the whole timeline I've done is from memory. But I'm pretty confident with the timeline that I've shared because it's just stuck in my brain forever now. So we're doing this on Google Earth so you can really see, of course, all the details. So yes, even here is a car, a van, but it's not their van, of course not. It's just around there. So if you see this and you go diagonally like this, the van was parked around here. They were camped across the creek. You see what I mean? Like, it would be unlikely, especially given the terrain. Did you see those videos of people actually walking across themselves? Hello, Caterpillar. Welcome. And yeah, nostalgia, right? We had JB on and everything. Mm-hmm. Okay, so to think that if he had murdered Gabby in the van, it would be really difficult to carry her across in broad daylight or at night. You just don't know. But across this creek, I mean, he's crazy enough to do something like that. Is he strong enough, though? I don't know. Even though she was light. And then to think that he said he hiked all along Snake River and then went to Coulter Bay Village, which is, here's the Grand Teton National Park. Coulter Bay Village is all the way there. So let's do a little distance thing quickly. From here. Wait. To get it exact. Let's do it from there to there. 11 miles. How long is that going to take? How long is that going to take? I mean, he could have, I don't know. It's quite far, hey? So if he had murdered Gabby on the 27th, which is what the lawsuit says, that they believe that Gabby was murdered on the 27th. And on August 27th, at around 6:30 p.m., is when Red, White, and Bethune, Jen and her husband, saw the van and the door was closing like that. So I do wonder at what time. I feel like they went across the creek in the evening, like after that, or what? So he killed her, set up camp, left the area for a day, hoping someone would find the body. Became, maybe. His hike must have been, this is my speculation, so let's just do it like this. They went for lunch at the Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex restaurant. Then they came back to camp, which must have been around, based on them being there, around 1:30-ish. Come back here around, we could also look at that, actually. Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex. Hold on. Mary Piglet's Tex-Mex Grill. I mean, at least it remembers it here. There, okay. So, in Jackson. Remember how he freaked out with Jackson? Didn't want to go to Jackson? Ooh, this story. So, if they went for lunch at the Mary Piglet's Mexican Grill, and then back to Spread Creek, and this was on August 27th, and then at around 6:30 p.m., you see the door closing like that. So what does that mean? I mean, it was still quite light. I feel like maybe they even had a nap or something in the van. I don't know what was going on there. However, I believe that they or he or there were also those footprints in the sand, yes, went across the creek in the evening. And that is at the time in which, in the evening, nightfall, he murdered Gabby Petito. And then immediately from there, hiked all the way from there and to Coulter Bay Village, which is where he was picked up. And then the people who picked him up said that they drove down, right? I hope this is all making sense. As I say, there's 10 out of 10 friggin' map time done on other episodes. But they drove down because they said, where do you want to go? So I think they drove like, wait. I just want to see, because he said Jackson Lake here. They drove down towards here. So I'm just going to zoom out a second again. From Colter Bay Village. They drove down towards here. And as soon as they got to this Jackson Lake Dam area, he freaked out because he said, Jackson, I don't want to go to Jackson. So that was interesting. And then around this this area, he got out. Here's the Snake River, where he said he'd been camping the whole time. And my theory is that he freaked out here because he wanted to be on that side of the Snake River. Freaked out over here, got out the car, said he'll get another ride, got another ride, and from there he went like back. He went back to camp this way. Wait, sorry. He was on that side of the river and went back to Spread Creek. So we looked at all the different ways that he could have gotten there. I'm just showing you now on Google Earth. Went back to, Spread Creek Dispersed Camp. Here. And that was on the 29th when he hitchhiked like that. And then he must have left immediately in the evening on the 29th. Bolted back home. Which was very freaking far as well. So let me just take this off for a second, then I can put Google Maps on. That was now Google Earth. You say, yes, I agree. Wouldn't be worried about fingerprints, right? It's all I can figure. Right? 3 miles per hour, yes. Okay, wait. Let me see what you guys have said. Rule of thumb for foot travel, according to scouts, in easy terrain, no load, there's 3 miles per hour. 3 miles per hour, and that was around 11 miles or so. And some people have said he could have taken a bit of a shortcut through, so I wonder. I mean, he would do it. He freaking loved nature, I do 20-mile day hikes frequently with elevation. So that would mean, my theory is that he would have gone across, right, camped with her on the 27th, and then that night, going into the hours of August 28th, but I think in that the evening of August 27th, murdered her. Then hiked, maybe even in the morning. Can you imagine him night hiking? For you hikers in the chat, do you think he would have hiked at night? I think he would have maybe even freaked out there and stayed at camp or something, and then hiked. Or maybe he really did hike at night. Whoa. That's quite a thing, huh? And then getting to Colter Bay Village. But then he asked for a lift on the 29th. Yeah, I think he left in the morning on the 28th or something like that. Hiked there. Who knows where he stayed. Maybe he stayed for one night, like he said, with his tarp. Even though they didn't see a tarp. And a very empty backpack, according to the people who picked him up. So he's like, I've been hiking for days along the Snake River because my fiance is back at camp working on her social media. Like, whoa, this guy had some nerve. So maybe that's partly true. Maybe he did hike on the 28th, spend one night sleeping along the Snake River, hike again in the morning, go to Colter Bay Village, and then get a ride. All right. I can't turn on the closed captioning now because it. You say, please turn it on the closed captioning. I figured out how to do that, but then it slows down the chat and how I can then see you guys chatting. That's the one problem. Once the video is processed, it'll all be there. Okay. I don't have a PO box anymore for Lindsay asking. I do have an email address though, if that's what you mean. This is my email address. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I want to put Google Maps on for you. Ugh, layers, please. I wonder when he packed up their camp. That's the thing, we don't know if he did he pack up? There was no tent, right? But we don't know that. We don't know that there was no tent. There's a lot of like mystery surrounding how Gabby was found. I'm so sorry that my voice here and there goes. She said she dropped him at the entrance around 6 p.m. Yeah, we did a whole looking at each one. Is it even possible? You know, according to the accounts. Oh, my word. My voice. Got a cold for my birthday, everyone. I got lots of awesome things and a cold. You know, just to balance it out. I just want to put a pin here quickly, and then I'll show you. Yes. I'm just looking at Wabasa Avenue. How long is this now? He drove the van in my theory. Drove the van to where? Yeah, if he had a head torch, you could hike. That's true. I wonder if he had a head torch. So, even if we just look at this journey that he took, like, my word. 35 hours, huh? 35 hours. 24 hours. I'm just looking. 35 hours. I'm just looking if he left on the 29th. Well, you guys like it when I think out loud anyway. I'm just like thinking out loud right now. He left on, let's say, because he hitchhiked on the 29th. So on August 29th, 24 hours will be 30th. He's got the 29th if he leaves that night. He'll definitely make it, man. And he could have a sleep somewhere because 35 hours or so to drive. I know that that's just straight driving, of course, and you can add on time with that. But if he left on the 29th and he got there on the 1st, 28, yeah. I would say, I mean, what time did he arrive? Around 10:30 in the morning. I've calculated all this before, but he had enough time to get home. So it wasn't impossible at all, but I do think he left on the 29th in the evening. And also there were those, I don't know if they were park rangers, but people that were there at the park, they were putting notes on the car to say you can't park the car here. And they said when they got back there late evening on the 29th, the car was gone. See, then it had been moved. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he left on the 29th and headed back home to 4343 Wabasa Avenue, which we know all about. Imagine running into him while hiking. Now, that is a very scary thought, right? Oh, my word. That is very scary, especially at night. Imagine passing him. Okay, I don't think my screen and me are blur. Are we blurry, guys? You got to check the stream on your side. On my side, it looks clear. Are we good? I'm looking. I think we're good, eh? So, yeah, he drove 2,374 miles back home to Mama's house. Of course, we knew he would do that. He was driving on 29th, 30th, 31st, arrived on September 1st. Exactly. That is what he was doing. Okay, now we are good. Cool. Yeah, and mods, if the chat is okay, is it too fast? Let me know if it's too fast, okay? I don't know. It seems to be going okay. Why did he return and leave Gabby at the hotel? Oh, that is the question. That is the question, don't you think? Wow. So even if we go from here, I just want to see if we do this. And here we go, Coulter Bay Village. Parking lot, let's say that. You see this road like this. But you guys have said there's other roads he could have taken. But this is, well, driving is 15.5 miles. So I drew a straight line, which was around 11. And he was at Spread Creek Dispersed Camp, so it wouldn't have been quite there. But not bad. Pretty close, actually. If it's from here. Can we take it from here? Yeah. Let's just see. 16.9 miles. He was on that side of the creek. So I don't know if he could have taken... What shortcut is this guy taking? I mean, he could have. He could have even gone this way and then this way. Wow. To my mind, he killed her premeditatingly. The moonlight was a waning gibbous at 75% moonlight. Plenty to hike. That's true as well. Yeah, and to get meds. I'm guessing you're watching the thing I said earlier of when does he get home. I think he went hiking to cool off after an argument with Gabby, but it didn't work. Oh, interesting. Maybe. I mean, he may have actually gone on a hike, and that could have been her in the van on the 27th, but I don't think he went far. He probably was going to, because he came back. And according to Gabby's parents and the lawsuit that was filed, do you want me to go over it again? Please let me know. 1 for yes, 2 for no. No, thank you. 2 for yes. 1 for yes, please. 2 for no, thank you. To go over the lawsuit one more time. 16 miles is an easy drunk night walk home, which something I only heard about from friends. Only from friends. Is the plane trip when he maybe killed the newlyweds. I mean, they've ruled him out as a suspect, but to think that Kylan and Crystal... Wait, 1 for yes, please. 2 for no, thank you. Okay, lots of yeses. Okay. To think that Kylan and Crystal, the timeline has shifted slightly, where it's now been confirmed that they were murdered at 11:35 a.m. on August 14th. Now, Brian Laundrie was checked into the Bowen Motel on August 12th for 2 nights. So 12th and 13th. So it's kind of strange that on the 13th, Gabby and Brian, allegedly, even according to Sean Paul Schulte and Kylan's friends, saw Brian and Gabby at Woody's Tavern. And then, apparently, Gabby and Brian's cell phones had proven that they weren't near Kylan and Crystal. I just find it all so freaking ironic, right? To think that he checked into this Bowen Motel on the 12th and 13th, my question would be, well, where would Gabby go? Because she was in quite a state. And if I were her, I would go straight back to the Moonflower. Straight back there. Just like, ooh, I'm just going to go back to what I know. I know the Wi-Fi is there. I've got the van. It's safe. There's food there. Whatever. Like, you know, just to even park there. And maybe, speculatively, Kylan and Crystal, maybe, saw her there and like, oh man, are you okay? That was hectic. That looked hectic. And... this is just, I know he's been ruled out as a suspect. So I'm not saying he's a suspect. It's just, to me, it's still so bizarre that they were murdered on August 14th at 11:35 a.m. That's broad daylight. And that he had absolutely nothing to do with it. It's just crazy. You're like, only if your voice is okay. You know I'll do it for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to take this map off for now. I hope the map time was... If you want to do a full deep dive on the map time, please do check out the episode that I did that's on my playlist of this entire map time, okay? No, we don't want to see emails. Sorry, I just want to quickly get the... what on earth are we looking for? This. Yes, we want to see that. If I flashed anyone's email, I'm very, very sorry. Let's just get this aligned properly, okay? We're going to go over it one more time. The lawsuit that was filed from Gabby Petito's biological parents against the Laundries. Okay, that looks pretty good, huh? I might have to make myself a little bit smaller. Oh, it's a little bit too small, huh? Let me put myself over here. Something like that. No one has seen flight info. I just saw it speculated. Someone claimed, I can't remember who, that they hacked Brian Laundrie's bank account or something way back when, and they said that he booked the flights on the 13th. So that I found interesting. Don't forget the Laundries towed the camper away last week. Yes, they did. That's true as well. Oh, my word. Could have flown out of Mo if they have a small airport. Flown to where? They definitely drove the van back home. You mean flown to Calder Bay Village? Tiny flight. I don't know. Up and down. Why did they rule Brian out? Apparently they ruled Brian out because, from what I've heard, his cell phone and Gabby's cell phone were not pinging in the area at the time. But I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so here we go again. I have to probably take my logo off as well for a second. Now we can see nicely. So just to recap for anyone still just joining now, welcome to another episode of Grizzly to Crab. My name is Gisela K, and I know my voice is going. I sound like Phoebe from Friends with my husky voice on. I was going to say sexy, but that's inappropriate. Husky voice. It's like, hey, everyone. So I'm going to do my best. It's only 6 pages to read this again. Gabby Petito's parents have filed a lawsuit against the Laundries, and that is what we are reading right now. Thank you for, I saw 2 or 3 people sent the PDF. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you to everyone who sent it. I really appreciate it. One more before I go, before I start. Pam Smith says, I wonder if he killed her in the van or across the creek. In my opinion, across the creek, because of the nature of how the terrain is there across the creek, to carry someone across would be very, very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I believe that they set up camp across the creek, and that is possible. That is where it happened, in my opinion. Yeah, so maybe he didn't take his cell phone with him. That's what I'm thinking too. No, it hasn't been shown. The Brian's phone pinging info has not been shown. We don't even know if they even ever found their cell phones. Okay, apparently not. Okay, so filing number 145-430-155 e-filed on 03/10/2022, 9:20:24 a.m. in the Circuit Court of the 12th Judicial Circuit in and for Sarasota County, Florida. Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, plaintiffs, versus Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, defendants. Complaint. Laundries will defend themselves, glad to hear their side. The problem is that I think, I'm going to carry on now. I think that Stephen Berlino is going to do all the talking for them. You know? Oh, man, that's true as well, Ronna. Evidently, Brian's phone was Wi-Fi only, so how can they rule it out on Brian's phone? That's true as well. Whoa. Come now, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, by and through their undersigned counsel, and file the within complaint against the defendants, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, and in support thereof allege as follows. This is an action for the damages that exceed $30,000. So this is where you were asking you guys were asking earlier, what about the $30,000? This is an action for damages that exceed, I just want to see quickly what the time is, okay, because I don't know how to shift that stream now, because I'm here on this one. Anyway, this is an action for damages that exceed $30,000 exclusive of prejudgment interest, costs, and attorney fees. The venue is proper in Sarasota County, Florida, because the defendants reside therein. Okay, that makes sense. This court has jurisdiction over the within matter pursuant to FS 86011 and FS 26012. The plaintiff, Joseph Petito, is a resident of Vero Beach, Florida, and is the father of Gabrielle Petito, deceased. Plaintiff Nicole Schmidt is a resident of Blue Point, New York, and is the mother of Gabrielle Petito, deceased. Defendants Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie are residents of Northport, Florida, and are the parents of Brian Laundrie, deceased. Okay, there are free shuttles and other transport to Moab from Salt Lake City. Do we know where the van was during the Gab stay? We don't know, and we don't even know how long she stayed there. We don't know why exactly he went home besides to clear out a storage locker. Whew, that's still a big mystery. I'm just laughing at this. I'll be back. When you're back, I'm still here. Okay. So, defendants Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie are residents of Northport, Florida, and are the parents of Brian Laundrie, deceased. Okay. Filed 03/11/2022. This morning. 10:09 a.m. Karen E. Rushing, clerk of the Circuit Court, Sarasota County, Florida. Brian Laundrie and Gabrielle Petito became engaged to marry on or about July 2nd, 2020. On July 2nd, 2021, Brian Laundrie and Gabrielle Petito left New York in a van owned by Gabrielle Petito to take a trip to the western United States, which was expected to last for several months. Prior to the trip taken by Gabrielle Petito and Brian Laundrie, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie had a cordial relationship. Gabrielle Petito had hopes of becoming a travel influencer, a van lifer, and document her cross-country travels on social media sites such as YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. The snark that I can offer there is that Brian chipped away her self-worth and made her believe he actually didn't get through to her, but he was trying to make her believe that she couldn't do it. Remember, she was in such a state in that Moab body cam footage of saying, well, we've been fighting all morning because he doesn't think I can do it. Dude, it was 2021. It's not 2022. You can absolutely do it. That's the thing. Brian is thinking all old school. You can't do it. She could do it. She could do it. She was just getting started, but she could do it. During the course of the aforementioned trip, Gabrielle Petito called her family almost daily, including her parents, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, and her siblings. The last communication that Gabrielle Petito had with Joseph Petito was on August 21st, 2021. I still wonder, in my mind, I still just wonder why on the Hulu documentary he said he last spoke to Gabby on the 24th. Because that did confuse me. But as I say, there were quite a few inaccuracies, unfortunately, on the Hulu documentary. They got some, I don't mean just the parents, I mean the presenters, people they interviewed, got a few other dates a little bit twisted there. So I don't know, maybe that was just a little slip of the tongue, I'm not sure. Just something just inaccurate, because here it says the last communication that Gabrielle Petito had with Joseph Petito was on August 21st, 2021. The last communication that Nicole Schmidt had with Gabrielle Petito was on August 27th, 2021. I'm just going to sip some water. August 27th, which is also interesting because Nicole Schmidt said that she last FaceTimed with Gabby on August 24th when they were leaving to go to the Grand Teton National Park. Okay. And so to say that the last communication was on August 27th, and that's the day that they believe that she died, that she must have called her mom or FaceTimed her on that day. It is believed that on August 27th, 2021, Brian Laundrie murdered Gabrielle Petito. The cause of her death was blunt force injuries to the head and neck with manual strangulation. Lot of rage, huh? And unfortunately, as we went over DV, I have to use the code word for now. I know I've said a lot of things in the stream, but DV, awareness, raising, I do believe that Gabby's case has raised a lot of awareness for DV. I mean, the distress signal alone, like this, if you see someone doing this, they are indicating to you that it's a DV situation and you need to help them by calling authorities. Rather don't intervene yourself, because that statistically doesn't usually end well. But if someone is like standing behind someone else and doing like, hello, you know, or even in a car or something, this is a signal for DV. Call the authorities. And so, what I'm losing my train of thought with the DV. Yeah, this is statistically, unfortunately, I think it was around 20% of DV cases end in homicide. So that is the sad truth, that based on what friends said about at some point seeing Brian choking Gabby on the lawn, on the grass, like what? About Rose saying that Brian was extremely jealous and controlling, that he took her ID card so she couldn't, you know, really go out with Rose, and that sometimes they had such big fights that Gabby would stay at Rose's house for a few days. All of that, it's like an escalation in an abusive DV relationship, and unfortunately Gabby was one of the statistics that ended in murder. You know, so that's also why I feel like Christopher and Roberta Laundrie were so quiet and lawyered up, because I feel like they may have seen a pattern. They must have known what was going on, or that they fought to that level. What do you think? Yeah, where they bring the camper. Okay. So Gabrielle Petito was 22 years of age at the time of her death. So young. After Brian Laundrie murdered Gabrielle Petito, Brian Laundrie sent text messages back and forth between his cell phone and Gabrielle Petito's cell phone in an effort to hide the fact that she was deceased. I would love to see those texts. You know why? Because I would speculate that he would absolutely pretend that they were breaking up. That's what I think. It was fake breakup texts after what he did to cover his tracks. Yeah, and being trapped in that tiny van. On August 27th, 2021, it's believed that Brian Laundrie sent a text to Nicole Schmidt in which he referred to Gabrielle Petito's grandfather, Stan, by name. Man, I wish I knew the time stamp of that text. Gabrielle Petito never called her grandfather by his name. It is believed and therefore averred that on or about August 28th, 2021, Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito. Did you just see that again? I'll read it again. It is believed, and therefore averred, that on or about August 28th, 2021, Brian Laundrie advised his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, that he had murdered Gabrielle Petito, which means he had a cell phone with him, that he was on his way hiking to Coulter Bay Village with his phone, telling his mom and dad what had happened. Think about that. Whoa. On that same date, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie spoke with attorney Steve Bertolino and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. I just want to ask a favor. If one of my mods could just pop over to the other stream that is scheduled. I don't know what it's going to say now that we run overtime here. If you can just say there on the chat that we're busy with this one and send them the link, I'll change it after this. You know what I mean? That would be amazing. Thank you so much. I'm like, okay, I'm stressing now. Okay, wait, what's the time? Yeah, it's supposed to happen in the next minute. Okay. So it is believed and therefore appeared that on or about August 28th, Brian advised his parents, and on the same day they called the lawyer and sent him a retainer on September 2nd, 2021. On August 30th, 2021, Brian Laundrie sent a text message from Gabrielle Petito's cell phone, so that's well on his way home. He was already on his way home, already updated his Spotify playlist, okay? And on August 30th, pretty much halfway home, he sent a text message from Gabrielle Petito's cell phone to Nicole Schmidt stating that there was no service in Yosemite Park in an effort to deceive Nicole Schmidt into believing that Gabrielle Petito was still alive. And as someone pointed out, one of the Grizzlies, no signal, but yet you're sending a text that's so dumb. Like, seriously, no signal here. Okay, but then how are you sending the text? Number one. Secondly, that's pretty sinister to think that he was heading east and was telling Gabby's mom that they were heading west. Or that they had headed west, all the way west to Yosemite Park, when actually it was supposed to be Yellowstone. Whoa, okay. They were going to go to Yellowstone National Park. He's like, no signal in Yosemite. Mental state was not good at that point, of course not. On September 1st, 2021, Brian Laundrie returned to the home of his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, driving Gabrielle Petito's van. And don't forget that after that, he put new stickers on the van. Okay, and we analyzed those as well. 2 live streams at the same time. He's even too much for Energizer Bunny. Gisela, I would do it if I could. There's just no way. I'm sorry for those of you who are experiencing some kind of signal or buffering or something. It's all good on my side. It's all good on most of our sides, right? It looks crystal clear here. YouTube's not giving me any problems. So it maybe just log off, refresh, come back, clear the cache and come back, right? Well, that's the theory, right? Maybe he did do the kite cry thing and Gabby knew, so he flew home to mama and parents told him he had to go back and shut Gabby up. Ooh, imagine that, oh my word. Yes. Women tend to be better at reading others than men. Interesting to read a long stream of text and see the change as Brian Laundrie tries to impersonate Gabby. But it's obvious to women, not so much to men. It would be so obvious, right? Like he would just, oh no. We already saw it on the social media. I speculate that he already took control of her phone before her death, right? After the Moab incident even. Yes, because the social media posts that they both made became very similar to the ones he made and used to make. Unfortunately. Oh, absolutely. This is well said. I feel the Petito family is not being greedy at all, but gracious and generous as usual. You cannot pay in monetary amounts for that kind of suffering. Yeah. One more throat clearing. Just going to pat myself on the back for a second. Well done. Because, man, my voice... holding it together for you guys. You guys keep me strong and you keep me motivated. And it's so nice to share this with you. My word. Otherwise, I'd literally be like... I mean, it's not a bad thing to be in bed, you know, alone, there with Fury maybe. Like, Mr. Grizzly's probably doing some kind of coding thing. He's loving that, or, I don't know, watching anime or something. And I'd be there like watching this and being like, what? So it's nice to be here with you all guys, with all you guys facilitating a Grizzly conversation. It's last year, this time, I wasn't here. Okay. Are we ready to continue? After this point in time. Okay, so back it up. On September 1st, Brian Laundrie returned to the home of his parents, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, driving Gabrielle Petito's van. Horrible. I would like to be a fly on that wall. As he drives in, they open the garage. Oh, quickly put it in the garage. Or whatever. You know, like, they like quickly come in the house. Here's some melons. I don't know. Would you like some tea? I mean, what? What? Like some water from the faucet from your favorite sippy cup because he doesn't like plastic bottles, remember? Oh my word. After this point in time, there was no contact between Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt on the one hand and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta on the other. Okay? Between Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt on the one hand and Christopher Laundrie and Roberta on the other. Okay? From August 27th, 2021 until September 19th, 2021, when Gabrielle Petito's remains were found at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area in Wyoming, plaintiffs were extremely distraught and were attempting to locate Gabrielle Petito. Yes. He was a spoiled brat. While Gabrielle Petito's family was suffering, the Laundrie family went on vacation to Fort DeSoto Park on September 6th to 7th, 2021. And thank you to Dog the Bounty Hunter for releasing that to all of us, right? We wouldn't have known. I think he found that out. Am I right? Okay. His parents have been in fear mode and hide mode. How would the Petitos know that Brian confessed to the parents on the 20th? Some big evidence is missing. I think they have that evidence, though. Because they spent so much time with the FBI just recently, like 8 hours with them. And I think they have that evidence from phone data. Because remember, the FBI swarmed the Laundrie home, took all the tech. Took all the tech, huh? Yes. So I think that they have evidence of that. Oh, yes. So, yeah, they went to Fort DeSoto Park on September 6th and 7th, 2021. In an effort to avoid any contact with Nicole Schmidt. Wow, the nerve, huh? On or about September 10th, 2021, the day before Gabby was officially reported missing, Roberta Laundrie blocked Nicole Schmidt on her cellular phone such that neither phone calls nor texts could be delivered, and she blocked her on Facebook. Marion, you can slow me down if you want to. If you'd say playback speed, it should be able to be slowed down. You know, I don't think I'm speaking too fast. This is also the second full time I'm going through this. What's up with 6 o'clock episode? What's up with the 6 o'clock episode? What does it say? I also want to know what's up with it because I'm not going to do that one. I'm shifting that one to tomorrow because of this. So just give me a second. I just want to see what it's doing on my channel there. Yeah, there's 15 people waiting. Amy's here. Thank you, Amy. I got to reschedule that on this platform that I'm using now, and I'm doing a stream right now, so it's a bit complicated, huh? Right. I'm so excited, I forgot I could slow down. Okay. So, here we go. In an effort, yes, to avoid, this is still the shock. This is the most shocking. There's so much that's here in this document already that we learned that's like, whoa, that's shocking. But this is the worst for me. Let me know what the worst is for you. But for me, to think that Roberta blocked Gabby's mother on the phone, so she couldn't phone, she couldn't text, and she couldn't Facebook either. She blocked her there too. That is so below the belt. I can't even. It's like from woman to woman, from mother to mother, from I don't know what to what. It's just, why? They were just looking for their daughter. And at that point, Gabby's remains had not been found. Gabby hadn't even been reported missing officially yet. That was on September 11th. So on September 10th, Roberta already blocked Nicole on her cell phone and on Facebook. That is so disgusting, honestly. See, that's why. There's no empathy at all. No way. On September 14th, 2021, with full knowledge that Gabrielle Petito had been murdered by their son, Christopher Laundrie, and Roberta Laundrie, through their lawyer, issued the following statement. It is our understanding that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family. I don't know. It feels like they were saying, hope the bears got to her. It just feels like that. That's how Brian would have been like, ooh, he's just quickly coming home, just like leave her there or whatever it is. Because I really think he thought bears or other wildlife would take the evidence, that no one would really find her across the creek there. But they did. And Red, White, and Bethune, wow, that video, oh my word. On September 16th, 2021, attorney Richard Stafford, on behalf of Gabrielle Petito's family, issued a letter to Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie as follows. We are writing this letter to ask you to help find our beautiful daughter. We understand you are going through a difficult time and your instinct to protect your son is strong. They showed empathy, they showed class, and they said it as it is. We know that you want to protect your son, but please. And even though they showed them humanity, class, integrity, these people still were like, no comment. It's so sickening. Okay, so then they said, we ask you to put yourselves in our shoes, which clearly the Laundries have no capacity to do. We haven't been able to sleep or eat and our lives are falling apart. We believe you know the location of where Brian left Gabby. And yes, they would have known. We beg you to tell us. As a parent, how could you let us go through this pain and not help us? As a parent, how can you put Gabby's younger brothers and sisters through this? Gabby lived with you for over a year. She was going to be your daughter-in-law. How can you keep her location hidden? You were both at Jim and Nicole's house. You were both so happy that Brian and Gabby got engaged and were planning to spend their lives together. Please, if you or your family have any decency left, please tell us where Gabby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place. All we want is Gabby to come home. Please help us make that happen. Despite the fact that Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt implored Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie to tell them if their daughter was alive, and if she was not, where her remains were located, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie refused to respond to either Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt or law enforcement. Yes, refused to. The thing I find interesting here as well is you were both at Jim and Nicole's house, so at some point, Christopher and Roberta visited Jim and Nicole's house in New York. Yeah, because that's where they live. Interesting. That must have been just after Gabby and Brian had gotten engaged, right? Wow. All right. Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie instructed that all contacts were to be made through their attorney, Stephen P. Bertolino, and he issued no comment when asked about Gabrielle Petito's well-being. Absolutely heartless. While Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt were desperately searching for information concerning their daughter, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie were keeping the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie secret, and it is believed were making arrangements for him to leave the country. I wonder where. That's what I want to know, where. I mean, we all speculated where Brian could have gone if he had left the country. But where, you know? I wonder what they were planning there. And if there were any passport plans made, if there's any record of that, that would be so interesting. Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie knew of the mental suffering and anguish of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt, and knew that they could alleviate, at least in part, such mental suffering and anguish by disclosing what they knew about the well-being and the location of the remains of Gabrielle Petito, yet they repeatedly refused to do so. In doing so, Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie acted with malice or great indifference to the rights of Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt. If you are new here, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. I hope that you'll become a Grizzly, and that you'll know my voice will be back to full force very soon. Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie exhibited extreme and outrageous conduct, which constitutes behavior under the circumstances which goes beyond all possible bounds of decency and is regarded as shocking, atrocious, and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. And we can all agree on that. Everything that they did, everything that we watched. Yes, absolutely. Hello to everyone just joining now. As a direct and proximate result of the willfulness and maliciousness of Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt had been caused to suffer pain and suffering, mental anguish, inconvenience, loss of capacity for enjoyment of life experience in the past and to be experienced in the future. Wherefore, plaintiffs, hold on. Wherefore, plaintiffs Joseph Petito and Nicole Schmidt respectfully request this honorable court enter judgment in their favor and against the defendants Christopher Laundrie and Roberta Laundrie, and award them just compensation for the damages they have suffered, together with costs and such other relief as this honorable court deems just and appropriate. I do love that last sentence, and I hope that whichever judge is assigned to this, I hope they watch all the footage. I hope they have seen all of it and just know what they're dealing with. Oh, my word. And then, yeah, take it to the max, right? Yes, thank you so much, Emma. You're like, you got this, G. I need that encouragement a little bit. Absolutely justice for Gabby. You need a strepsil. Yes, I'm going to have tea and some rooibos tea. South African tea, rooibos tea. If you guys have never tried it, please do. Rooibos tea is amazing. You do get it in America. I think you guys sometimes call it African red bush tea, but it's rooibos. Rooibos tea and honey I'm going to have after this so that my voice is ready for tomorrow. Because tomorrow then, what we're going to do is look at what we were going to look at today, which is in the Gannon Stout case, looking at the audio clip and the video footage as well. The media trucks have arrived at the laundries. Really? Oh my word. Okay, so this is the end of this. Let me just do this quickly and put myself back to full size like this. Where's my logo? Ta-da. Very nice, very nice. And wait for it. I'm like, and ta-da, all the decorations are coming on. Now I want to see, are you seeing this on the media trucks have arrived. Oh my word, people are gonna swarm their home. And I'm allowed to laugh now. I don't care. I'm just like, no, I don't have empathy for them. Brian Laundrie told parents, okay, wait. Are they live at all? Is anyone live? Okay, wait. Not really. Doug live and the media are there. Is Doug live there? Oh my word. Whoa, 1 hour ago, Brian Laundrie's parents tried to help him flee the country after. Okay. We love Doug. I won't be too much longer. Berliner got a retainer on September 2nd. Doesn't that make him their attorney on that date or the date they spoke about? Yeah, that makes him their attorney. Ooh.
To leave, and I'm sitting there going, I'm here alone recording on the 14th, and I'm thinking, okay, this came out on the news, what happened here, that he came home without her, and there's not cops all over. There was no cop to be seen. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why isn't this place surrounded until that guy comes out of there? I don't care if they attorneyed up. Are you kidding me? You're just saying you're guilty. Obviously, he came home and told you he killed her. You lawyer up right away without saying that the Petitos called and they wouldn't answer? Are you kidding me? Yeah, Brian shot himself in the head. They have the bone evidence. Okay, can you see the Mustang now?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you what. I was out here that night, and if I was the father of Gabby, I would have been in there. I would have been in the house no matter what. You couldn't have stopped me to find out where my daughter was. I would have gone in there no matter what. You wouldn't stop me. I just
Oh,
can't believe
boy.
they didn't. And the Laundries ignored them. They actually blocked them from their phone so they couldn't call anymore. And then they go camping up in DeSoto when they knew he killed her. I mean, this is the whole thing. Wait till you hear
Doug,
what I've got coming.
the camper got taken away last week.
It's going to change a whole light on the story, and
Well,
part of it's going to be used in the court case. You'll see.
Yes.
And I'm stuck here in the middle of it.
We love it, right? We love that Doug is there. Doug has not once given up on this case. So he's been driving around. He's still looking for Brian and Gabby's cell phones, or wherever Brian was idling the car. He's looking out there with his metal detector. He's here at the house now. Ooh, keeping us all. He's got some important info to share. Yes, he does. Oh boy. Likely. This is likely. Okay, now he's gonna drive past. Oh boy. Oh my word. Suzanne, I'm heading to Fort Desoto tomorrow. I hope the camp is there in the dirty laundries.
Yeah,
Let me know.
I try. I can't even mention Gabby because it makes me cry too. Think just talking about it.
4343 Wabasa Avenue. Mm-hmm.
So I just can't believe. Sometimes I felt sorry for the Laundries, and I'm thinking, why? I don't know why I would feel sorry for them after what they did to Gabby's parents. I know it wasn't they did, but they created this. You know what? If it was my son that did this, came home without his girlfriend, I'd say, listen, okay, we're gonna find an attorney. You did it. We'll help you out and get an attorney and try to help you. And so so they won't give you the death penalty. Instead, they go in hiding and cover up for them. Don't show them nothing. Incredible. I mean, I feel like they're getting what they deserve. This is what they deserve. They deserve this for the cruelty they gave to the Petito family.
Yes.
I'm not just trying to rave. It just makes me so mad.
Yes, exactly, Amy.
Yeah. They knew she was dead, and they go camping with s'mores. Oh, let's go have a party. Let's go camping.
Oh,
are you kidding
man.
me? What kind of?
Crazy.
I mean, it just
Absolutely
shows
crazy.
they have no heart. If this was my family, if this was my son that came back, how in the heck do you even load up your camper and go do this? Are you kidding me? How do you how could you even sit there at the campground? I would be torn apart. shows. It's got to show that they don't give a crap. They don't give a crap. That's heartless. That's right. They don't give a
Snarky
crap
time with
about
Doug
them.
time. We're snarking with Doug right now, everyone. Okay, so if you want to check that out, that's Doug from Northport, Florida. I want you guys to go support him. So don't go right now because we're just going to be here for 5 minutes or so. But go after this, okay? Because he said he's going back to the house later. The thing is, I'm not defending the Laundries by any means here, but I know that Chris and Roberta had actually planned that Fort DeSoto camping trip apparently for already like the 1st of September, 1st and 2nd. And then Roberta shifted it, which now we know why, because she heard from her son, baby boy, Melon Boy, on the 28th of August already what he had done. Then she shifted it to the 6th and 7th. So it's still completely heartless. However, I'm just saying that the camping trip wasn't just like thought up out of nowhere. It was something that was already planned. It was like their little holiday they were going to do. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll just shift it to the 6th and 7th and take Brian along. You see? The plan was never to have him along. Doug's YouTube channel is Doug. You just type in Doug from Northport, Florida. Okay? That's just go on YouTube and type in Doug from Northport, Florida. Isn't that what it's called? Doug from Northport. It's just called Doug Live Northport. Sorry. It used to be... Wasn't it? Didn't it used to be Doug from Northport, Florida? Yeah. So, yes, if you want to go check that out, he drives around. He's driven around Fort DeSoto, around the laundry home a lot, around the areas in which he may have spotted Brian already idling the van on the 31st of August. That's scary. I think that Cassie knew we were discussing this earlier, right? What time do I usually go to bed? Earlier than this, it's midnight for me, but tomorrow, which is actually now today, no, it's tomorrow technically, I'm hosting the stream for the candlelight vigil on the Please Help Find Daniel channel. So if you guys want to come over there, I'll be hosting that stream, and that's going to be at 2:30 in the morning for me. So it's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is anywhere between an hour and 3 hours. I'm not too sure. Well done, Grizzlies, with all the likes. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, thank you, everyone, for all the likes, for being here to go through this news with me. I mean, I'm still going to have to process a few things and just be like, wait, what? You know? Wow. Yeah, naps and coffee. Those are my superpower. Naps. Nap time is very powerful. Now is never tomorrow. What are we talking about? Now is never tomorrow. Yeah. Better take a nap. Yeah, I'll take a nap tomorrow, later today. I'll sleep now, take a nap, and then I'm going to have that stream. But we're also going to stream tomorrow. So I'm going to stream, and then I'm also going to stream on the Please Help Find Daniel channel. So I'll see you guys first if you are going to come to the live stream tomorrow, where we're going to analyze Letitia style. Whew, that whole, that surveillance footage and Gannon's audio clip. We're going to look at that, okay? So... Wait, Suzanne says, if I find that tomorrow, I'll email the video. Just be careful. Be mindful of those red flags. They might be dangerous. We just don't know. You know, where I popped up that message earlier where someone said, what if they took the camp and they're hiding out? I'm like, oh, man, that's like, remember when we said that about Brian? Like, what if he's actually hiding out somewhere in the camper? Yes, and it feels like that. Yeah, nap time is almost as good as map time. I agree. Thank you so much for being here. If this was your very first time here, if you could please subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I'm next uploading. I will next be going live tomorrow. I'm going to, right after the stream now, I'm going to set the time so that you know what's happening tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I'll make a plan now, set it, and then if you could just go there and set the reminder, because it was a bit of a mess now doing this one. So now that one, people are like, what's happening? And there's actually some people there like, guys. And I'm like, oh boy, I'm over here. Yes, Gabby merch. Thank you, Amy. There is still Gabby merch. I've got an entire merch range for Gabby Petito, and what we do with every single bit of money that is raised from that range is donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation. Same as the Please Help Find Daniel merch range. Every bit of money that we gather together from there, that's been about $600 so far, has gone to, I think it's $700 so far for the Please Help Find Daniel one. For Gabby Petito, we managed to raise over $3,000. All the proceeds go to the Please Help Find Daniel Foundation, and all the proceeds from the Gabby range go to the Gabby Petito Foundation. And of course, when you wear it, you are raising awareness for both cases. So if you could do that, we've got tumblers, we've got hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got, you guys call them fanny packs? We used to call them a moon bag. We got those, we got stickers. Sometimes if you can't afford to buy, like, sometimes, you know, the hoodies, depending on where you are, could be like a little pricey. I don't choose that really. It's just the supplier, right? And so stickers are a great way. You could order a pack of stickers. I think they're like $2 or $3 each or something. Order some stickers and then put that on a mug or put that on your tumbler or your water bottle or whatever. So, yes. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one, huh? That was a lot of overtime. We almost did 3 hours. Overtime every time. And now it's time for the really fun outro where you can see Fury, my cat. If you're new here, you don't know who the heck is Fury. Fury is my cat. So you're going to see him now. We've got Fury and we've got Hannah the hamster as well, all in one house.